Yep.
Read it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
But now, it's here, baby! Breaking news, or news being watched and broken from yours truly, Law Nation Sports. And remember, you're listening.
What more do you want from me?
Cowboys signing defensive tackle Odighizuwa. Oh man, the man got his own money. That brother is rich. He ain't broke no more, but I would still chop you up and feed you to the poor. Weezy. They say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a signing party, a groove to get you in the right perspective without hesitations nor deviations to the matter of the facts? Come on with it. 5, 4, 3. Let the room fill up. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby. Yeah. And what? Let's get it. Come on with it.
Your damn act.
All right. For those who hiding under a rock, it has been reported that the Cowboys didn't sign Osa to a deal early and not using the franchise tag. Come on, God. Hey, I cannot believe it. Them brothers not using the franchise tag. Oh, Lordy. They've been so used to using these franchise tags, man, that it done got to a point that we've been looking at this thing saying the Cowboys are crazy. So I'm extremely excited about the fact that the Cowboys didn't use the franchise tag on Osa. But here's the news. Shout out to Jordan Shorts, who first reported this. The Cowboys are signing standout defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa to a 4-year contract, $80 million deal, $52 million guaranteed. Multiple sources tell NFL on Fox. Osa, who's 26, has started 17 games in Dallas. All 17 games in Dallas in the past 3 seasons, meaning that he's been a person of impact and a person of good bill of health, you know.
Here we go.
Swallow that.
All of the haters there, but I really appreciate this for Osa. And on top of that, this is a situation and scenario that the Cowboys could utilize and use this as a opening to go ahead and work out Micah Parsons' deal, as well as, dare I say, a Tyler Smith or a Deron Bland. It is for what it is. The Cowboys, you know, hold on, let me put this in. They sign. Hold on. Yeah. So $20 million at signing bonus. Yes. So more and more details are coming around the way. And for all of this, ladies and gentlemen, how do you guys feel about all of this? Let me know with all of this. And let me know on top of that, because he's a homegrown guy, right? He's a guy that the Cowboys drafted. Put 97 in the chat. Put 97 in the chat if you love the ideology of Osa being here for the next 4 years. Now, if you wanted Osa gone, just put a G in the chat or something, man. Gone, for gone or something. Because now I'm looking at it like this, Cowboy Nation. When you think about Osa and what he brings to the table, of course, we could talk about the lack of double-digit sacks. We could talk about the lack of production as relates to stopping the run. He's undersized and all of those things. But on the other end of it, he's a pass rusher type of 3-tech guy, and he pursues through B-gap. And on top of that, he's been top on pressures, so he's been doing those type of things. So hopefully now, keep in mind, if we gave Parsons a situation whereas we said, hey, man, this will be his 3rd year with 3 different defensive coordinators. I think it's be his 4th year now because Parsons and Osa was drafted in the same year. And he's for dog sure. He's for dog sure is getting for what he's getting, and he is for who he is, So let's go. I'm looking at everybody report here, and most of you all are saying that this was a wait a minute. Andrew says Osa is her new side piece. Anyway, put 9-7 in the chat. Laughing out loud. He says overpaid defensive end, defensive tackle for a third stringer. No, I don't think Osa is a third stringer. I don't think that he's a third stringer. I think that they operated within the confines of what he is on the open market. I think that what most people don't understand is if you wanted Osa at a discount rate, you would have to purchase him earlier. Basically just like a house. And I'm not trying to utilize this as a grandstanding type of thing, but what I'm getting at is if the Cowboys don't sign players early, then you're going to pay a little bit more because you're going to either pay at the market rate or above it. You're not going to. Most people are not going to go below it, and that's just how it is. So by his new contract being now here, and we can see what his market value was. It was like right at 25 or something like that, or 21. The franchise tag would have been 25. You getting what you paid for. You can't expect someone to get paid the value of 2020. You can't expect for people to get paid the value of 2021 or 2022. Yeah. You can't expect those things. That's just for what it is. You can't expect those type of things because the market is the market. And that's what I was trying to tell my brother the other day, even with Brock Purdy. You got to pay within the confines of the market. Put it like this. If you are a football player, you are not blind to these particular things of seeing the NFL signing $111 billion. You can't be blind to that when you see the NFL signing $111 billion. That's just one deal with Amazon. You can't be blind to the fact that these owners are making hand over fist, right? And then in return, y'all get mad at the players for making the pocket change of what the owners are throwing away. You can't get mad at that. So everybody else can get a bump or an increase on their pay grade, but players can't. I'm always team players go get their bag. I'm always going to be that. The NFL literally stands for not for long. And he got paid rightfully so of what his contemporaries are getting paid within the same window. A Dexter Lawrence, yes, his contract is a little bit more, but it's just for what it is. Dexter Lawrence, first-round draft pick, right? Kenny Clark, Christian Barmore, Aleem McNeil, all of those boys, when I look at their contracts, that's what they base most of these decisions about. Now, the thing is, you could have signed him last season and got that rate, but that would have been at last season market value, You know, so that's what I'm getting at with the market. It's always, look, the NFL is doing this number. And KO, you said, should have letting him walk. For who? For the unknown? Let him walk for what? Is what I'm getting at. Who you going to let him walk for? Who is our backup defensive tackle now? So you think that Justin Rogers would be a good piece? You know, so it's just for what it is. So y'all smack that like button. Yes, indeed. So at least they go into this and say, okay, we got Osa. We signed him to a deal. This doesn't keep you from drafting another defensive tackle, by the way. That's the same argument that I'm having right now. If the Cowboys decide to wake up and sign a Devontae Adams. Oh, Lord, he's washed. He's old. For $13 million, take a flyer. Take a chance. It doesn't stop you from drafting a Matthew Golden. It doesn't stop you from drafting a Trey Harris. It doesn't stop you from drafting a Jay Higgins. You know, it doesn't stop you from doing those things. But it will create a situation that impels you to still draft in that spot, so you can get these things going. So we're getting updates on this contract, and it's brought to you by Todd Archer. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Do me a huge, huge favor. Hit that like button and share this content. Let them walk to go to Philly. Yeah, 877 pay Micah now. Yeah. So here's the report updated by Todd Archer. We anticipate a voided year or two on this deal just based on how Cowboys structured deals to allow them a chance to prorate his bonus over 5 years, plus a year 2 restructure to lower his cap of 26 cap numbers. So, yeah, they can always do the gymnastics of it. Here's the beauty of it that most people probably overlook or underlook or not look at all. Is that the beauty of it is that the fact that when you do these things as far as the contract, signing someone to a deal like this is so much better than a 1-year deal, believe it or not, like a quote-unquote franchise tag, because they can prorate and spread and stretch this money out. Now, I don't know the cap figures of what that's going to look like when the new year pops open all the way, truthfully, right? And we are all waiting on those numbers. We can only give speculative information out right now due to the fact that the NFL is the NFL. But according to Over the Cap, I'm finna pull that up. We have about $3.4 million. This is not to be factored in of the Osa deal yet, but I'm quite sure that once everything settles down, that we will be able to figure out ways to sign another player. You got to stretch it out. You do. And then you can prorate and move money around. I get you, Josiah. Joke of an organization for real. If we sign Osa, we're mad. If we don't sign Osa, we're mad. You know what I'm saying? You can't appease everyone, right? If there's people out there that don't like Parsons. There's people literally out there that say, hey, man, let Parsons go. Look, we don't need him. He's a one-trick pony. There's people out there that will believe that he's the problem, right, instead of building around him. So now what you got to do is, for what I look at what Osa can do, is he can penetrate and get upfield very good. Pause if necessary. Our problem been, we never had the other big boy. I'm not worried about our 3-tech. I'm worried about the big boy that's going to be next to him. They can play 1-tech. They can play the nose. And that's where we've been having issues at. Also been okay. He does his job, right? We just need that big boy in there. Now, I need for Mozzie to step up. So I'm looking for a plug to marry up with Osa, to marry up with what Parsons is about to get, right? That's what I need, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Milton Williams and everything like that. he wasn't standing alone. See, people look at the production in the recent situation of a player and think that without looking at the context, and will say to themselves, "Oh, okay, Milton Williams, dog, yeah, dog, yeah, he the one on that D line." For the Eagles, he was coming in as a rotational piece. Yeah, after you have big Jordan Davis leaning all of that big weight on you, keep in mind, offensive linemen, they don't rotate in and out. Defensive players do. So you got Jalen Carter going right at him, you know. So by the time Milton get in there, sure, hey, it's time for me to just shoot upfield. They already done tenderized them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they already tenderized them, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, from a different perspective. Who remember Alvin Harper? Yeah, he a good wide receiver. Hell yeah, he good when you have Michael Irvin on the other side. But let me know what he looked like by himself, you know. You know, people, it's a team sport. The only reservations that I have on this D-line is not edge rush now. My only reservation is one little piece, and that's Mozzie. And I'm not beating him up because any other true team would have put a big veteran right beside Mozzie and kept him there a little bit, you know? Yeah. So that's what they should have done. But last season, Hank was like, you know what? I'm going to go where I know that I can get some snaps in and some playing time in. And I'm not trying to learn a whole new defensive scheme and philosophy and learn new folks. So that's why he went with Aiden Durde over there in Seattle land. So, yeah, we still need a one-tech. Right? Yeah, so look, Jimmy, I'm just like you, bro. I'm so glad we didn't use that damn franchise tag, bro. And now what I'm waiting for is for the Cowboys to figure out ways to utilize and use some of this money that we have raked over for free agency. And if the Cowboys start moving some free, you know, if they start moving around and getting some free agent pieces in here, oh, my God. I'm singing Aladdin, a whole new world, you know. Sure. However that song, I can show you the world, you know. Show me your phone. Hey, wait a minute. That's what I'm waiting on. Shoot, that's what I'm waiting on. If we fool around and do some more stuff as it relates to free agency. But I don't mind them dudes signing their own. If they say, we like our guys. It just, shoot, you should have trusted your guy. Last year you would have got him at a cheaper rate. But that's water under the bridge. They signed him. He's on his team. Right? Hey, Angie, they bet not tag Parsons. Ooh, that'd be like working in backwards, you know. They better not sign tag Parsons. That would be foolish, you know. And I think he can play this season because his contract is not up. He's still on the 5th-year option, so it's okay. Now, get Bolton or Greenlaw, superstar status. Yes, indeed. And appreciate you, Andre. Thank you for the 20 stars over here.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on! Come on!
Yeah. Parsons still under contract. But that's why it's so important to not let him play this entirety of this year out before signing him, you know. Unless, you know, the Cowboys do Cowboys things and they say, okay, let him play at the end of this contract, and then they go into this situation. But I'm gonna let y'all know, he can only say what he would do and these sorts of things and what he would like to say and like to do with the team and what have you. But if Parsons play on this last year deal without getting a contract, that means that they have reservations on him. I don't give a dog what somebody would tell me. That means that they ain't really all in on him, you know. But this is his contract now, 33.7. Yeah. So you got to figure out a way to get Parsons going. Now, shout out to you, Andre, with
Take the money out.
50 stars.
Come on.
All right.
Wasting my time now.
All right, YouTube, y'all ain't letting my Facebook people outdo y'all now. Come on with it. Yeah. Don't let Andre be all by himself over here with the support of the nation. Appreciate you. I still will hold these truths. If Parsons' deal don't get done, and how many days we have until the draft? Let me pull it up on Tankathon. Yeah. How many days we got into the draft? Hold on. They got 51 days to get Parsons' deal done. If his deal don't get done, then they parlaying something around of him being a draft day trade or something. Yeah, I'm keep pressing that doggone. I'm pushing it, you know. Yeah, I'm pushing the envelope. Oh, Sammy, I still can go back and grab a Kinlaw. Oh yeah, I would go grab a Kinlaw real quickly to match up and marry up with. That. Now that we know for sure Osa's in the mix, this would be a ultra slam dunk. If they go and sign Javon Kinlaw, they got enough money. His market value anywhere between $3 to $4 million. Meaning that he had his best production with White Cotton. Meaning that if you do that, oh my goodness, then we can start focusing in on Dre Greenlaw. Then we can start focusing in on Nick Bolton. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but man, y'all will start saying, "Hey, Law, go get that Kool-Aid packet, bro. Where the Kool-Aid packet at, Law? Law, I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'll start pulling out the Kool-Aid packages. Yeah. What y'all want, black cherry? What's your favorite packages? Don't say lemonade. Shoot you. Don't say lemonade Kool-Aid. I can't stand lemonade Kool-Aid. You might as well make some lemonade. But yeah, get some black cherry, man. Come on, baby. Come on with it. Yeah. Somebody says Kinlaw. What you say? Z9er. Kinlaw, his final year with the 49ers, played out of his mind, you know. And then he got, you know, at the tip end of his particular situation, the 49ers decided to go get a Javon Hargraves, right? And they went with the veteran guy opposed to going with Javon Kinlaw, who's on this part scaling up. I guarantee you, my bottom dollar, the 49ers like, damn, we should have kept Kinlaw. Because what Hargrave did nothing for them boys last season, you know. So I'm just looking at it from that particular perspective when you look at it. And I did a video earlier on this already. Javon Kinlaw, standing at 6'5", 330 pounds now because he gained some weight. You got to respect that. And on top of that, last season he had 5 sacks. The season before that, his last season with the 49ers, he had 3 or 4 sacks. That's good for an interior guy. Shoo, come on with it. Strawberry lemonade, all right. Cherry, come on with it. Red Kool-Aid is the best. Yeah. Law, is it a quickie Thursday? Tuesday? Come on with it. Who knows? Still got all of the law. Give me all of the laws, man. Shoot, give me that. Give me that. Yeah. Hargraves got hurt. Yeah. And look at the odds of that. Javon Hargrave got hurt, and Javon Kinlaw was healthy for the last 2 seasons. Crazy stuff, man. But what I'm getting at is that what we got to do now, all I've been asking the Cowboys to do is you don't have to go out here and get the grandiose picks in free agency. When the opening market of the free agent is here, you don't have to go get the highest graded free agent guy that's available. You don't have to do that. What I'm saying is basically you don't have to go get the lowest of the lowest. But make sure that you get somebody that's a known commodity that got some levels of production. Don't sell us Benito Jones. Don't be selling us that stuff. Yeah. Wait a minute, Z-Niner. You know, to be fair to Javon Kinlaw, he haven't been hurt in 2 seasons. Yeah. So, and that's for what it is. Yeah. So that's what we're looking for. Cowboy Nation. And I don't want us to get psyched out with all of this too. I don't want us to be falling into the traps of thinking that the Cowboys only can do X, Y, and Z things. But for those who are out there, let me see if I can pull this up right quick. Bear with me. For those who are out there thinking that it's the end of the world because of this factor here, what I'm getting at, if the Cowboys move precisely to get deals done, then we be okay. We'll be okay. Shout out to you, Gina. Appreciate you. Willie T, thank you for jumping in. They can't do whatever they want. I feel you on that. Let me go run more thing, and we're gonna pull this up. Here's what I want to pivot over to. Rodriguez says, Law, you are the man. Jerry done spent some money. Let's get Parsons signed now and then really go into work in free agent / draft picks, DC for life. Yeah, in that order, too. You sign Parsons, then the next person should be Bland or Tyler Smith and get that going, and J. Lou. Those are, and Kevontae Turpin to a degree, but you want to tease Turpin. You want to tease Turpin because you got a second round tender on him, and you want to see if anybody is willing to take that tender. And what you can do is so many things with that second round draft pick for this year. Granted, we like Turpin, we like what he brings to the table, but for right now, he's a special teams guy, and that's about it. Until this new philosophy and system and scheme kick in, then maybe, just maybe, you can see Turpin in the offense a little bit more. But for right now, I think the Cowboys put that tender on him and say, hey, for what it's worth, you can get things done in that particular perspective. Yeah. Javon Hollins, yeah, he's another guy that we can take a look at. Y'all need Turpin, Law. Yeah, well, it's just what we value the most. It's what you value the most. A second-round draft pick or a Turpin, you know. So getting 2 second-round draft picks ain't nothing to sneeze at, right? So it's all depending on what you want. Because at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, they found Turpin, an undrafted guy, right? And not saying we're gonna hit a Beyonce. I can find another you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but they got to use him correctly. You are correct with that. You are correct with that. This draft being a very cycling one, there's been reports out that the Cowboys may pass up on Ashton Genty. Reports from our very own John Machota, shout out to him, Cowboys Collective. And it is for what it is. It is for what it is. I see Kennedy wants some attention. He says Law Dax is number one fanboy. Results, low credibility. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying, as far as credibility. Because one thing about Law, I don't seek to look for validation. I don't seek to look for validation. Validation is only good for parking. On top of that, I call it the way it is. And there's been no one that could out-debate me on those particular topics, because everything is, my point is with Dak Prescott, I chastises him when he needed to be chastised, and I also talk glowingly of him when it needed to be talked glowingly, right? I'm the one that said Dak Prescott need run game. That's not me being a fanboy of him. If I'm a fanboy of Dak Prescott, I'll say he'll win every game and he can throw 35 to 40 times a game. No. My number one thing is with Dak Prescott is the exact same thing with Jalen Hurts. You contain and corral him to 21 to 28 passes a game, you win. And on top of that, you put run game with him, he will win. So that's been my point for the last 7 to 8 years. So I don't get where a fanboy is going at when you speaking the truth. But it is what it is. People believe what they want to believe, and they hear what they want to hear. But my option is with this, who do you want? And every time I get people to call in and I ask them who do they want, they become silent, Every time I ask folks when they call in about the Dak Prescott situation and scenario, who do you want? They get quiet. And then if they go with the extreme, I want Joe Burrows. I want X, Y, and Z. Them first-round draft picks, those are not open and available options. So that's for what it is. So that's just what it is. So, and it's not negativity at all. It's just me telling them the truth, right? And the whole conversational piece about moving on from Genty is the same thing. Everybody will say this person is not good, and then when they see him, then they want him, right? That's the same thing in the same conversation with Genty. JB Cowboy fan, Baker Mayfield. Yeah. And then the moment Baker Mayfield, see, here's the thing is the difference between playing in the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet opposed to not playing with the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet. If a Cowboy player would have fumbled that ball like Baker Mayfield did in the postseason, oh my goodness, crucify him. Reverse crucifix him. Hang him upside down on the cross. But by it being Baker Mayfield playing for Tampa Bay, he fumbles, it's all forgotten. Good luck for next season. No one is bringing that up on the 3-letter or the 4-letter networks, right? But if he played for the Cowboys, woo-wee, yeah. And JB, Cowboy fan, the same conversational piece for Sam Darnold. He went to the postseason game, couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat. He had a run game of Aaron Jones, who can run more than 4 or 5 yards per tote, who averaged more than 2.6 yards per tote, by the way. And on top of that, he had Jay Jetta. The same similarities of what I'm telling you guys about CeeDee Lamb. You can't find me one single explosive play in the postseason for Jay Jetta. He gets a pass because he don't play for the Cowboys. But CeeDee Lamb is held to a whole different kind of expectations. Even though everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie will say that Jay Jetta or Jeffries is the best wide receiver in the National Football League. But you can't show me not one damn highlight of him in the postseason. Look at that. Look how God worked for me of pointing out the facts that y'all don't want you to hear, and then y'all turn them around into excuses. And I'm undefeated with that debate. How about that? Because you can't show me anything that Justin Jefferson was able to do in the postseason. It's just crazy, Yeah. Yeah. And the same thing they said about golf and everybody else. Sure. So it is for what it is. But to each his own. That's why the Cowboys are held to a different degree. And then speaking of that, let's talk about what Dane Brugler said about Ash Jitty.
Running back is cool again.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Brian Schottenheimer went through his traits that he wants in that position, and Eric Chiafalo and many others said, why don't you just say Ashton Genty? How do you feel about the running back value now? Genty, and who did Kuiper mock the other day that left you very disturbed?
Well, I was upset because Tet McMillan was on the board, and Kuiper put Omarion Hampton there from North Carolina. Which Omarion Hampton, good player, but I don't know that I would go there at 12.
Yeah, and he reminds me a lot of like who people thought Javonte Williams was going to be out of North Carolina. Went to the Broncos. That type of back where he's fast, he's physical, but he also has a lot of the running back specific traits that you want: the vision, the tempo, the balance. He's a good player, but that would be a little bit surprising at 12. Ashton Genty, I know Cowboys fans are probably have fatigue when it comes to Ashton Genty and being mocked to the Cowboys, but it makes sense. It really does. And
that's fun.
Yeah, no
Even
doubt.
if you don't like the running back, and I'm not a running back guy, that's a fun pick.
Yeah.
How does he come?
Now, name me one player, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, but Genty, what he did against Penn State. He still averaged more than 3 yards per tote, yes or no? And he still bust a hundo on them, didn't he? Or got right to it. Name me one guy that's on Boise, on that offensive line, that's going to the pros. Name me one wide receiver that you're going to say, yeah, man, Boise, man, that wide receiver, or the quarterback, or to a degree, the tight end. It was literally all 11 guys playing to stop Genty. Boy, don't y'all know I would love to have that here. It'll bring us plenty. And that all rhymes for your mind. Shoot, if Tyler Smith was on Boise offensive line, he would be a demigod there. Even if they had Cooper Beebe there, he would be a demigod. If Boise State had the kind of caliber of offensive line of even Tyler Guyton, boy, they would be considered. He would be considered. They'll put a statue in his name over there in Boise. But there was only one player on that entirety of that team, and his name was Genty. So it is for what it is. I get it. A lot of people would say, you know what? I'm not a told you so guy, but dog it, my eyes can't be fooling me. I know for sure that the game plan, when it came down to, dare I say, of stopping Boise, was like, look out for that number 2. Where that little guy at? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shoot. You can't even name one person on that Boise State tape, but you can name a few guys that you would love to have on Penn. Yeah, shoot. You can name a few guys. Carter.
Compared to like Gibbs and Bijan, if they were all three in the same class.
That'd be interesting. Gibbs is, he's just so electric.
He's
and
so good.
The thing that separates Gibbs from everybody, I think everyone is going to point to the speed, but he is so good with the blocking geometry at the line of scrimmage. Like, he's an offensive lineman's best friend because he's not going to run into his own guys. He understands where the angle is. He's phenomenal in that respect. But with Genty, I think if you squint, you can see shades of LaDainian Tomlinson. You can. And a big part of that is the...
Wow. Shout out to you, Pete. Yeah, Judkins is nice, but when we look at, and he ran a 4.67, 40, something like that, 4.5, 40. And some people would believe, hey, man, that's what Genty run. Genty run a 4.6, 40. He runs away from people with a 4.6, 40. Yeah. Turn on the tape, y'all.
The way that he catches the ball out of the backfield. That is a key part of what makes Genty so special. And, yeah, you can point to, all right, did a lot of his damage against Mountain West competition, and all that. But you watched the Oregon tape, even against Penn State. I know like the numbers weren't great, but tell me what yards he didn't get that he should have on that tape. It's his built low to the ground helps him with the balance, the ability to break tackles. The contact balance is absurd. So, yeah, I think if he's there at 12, makes perfect sense for this team.
When you say, sure, they were against Mountain West teams, he also had Mountain West offensive linemen.
No, exactly.
Doesn't count.
It's all relative. It's all relative, right?
Exactly. And so he had to create his own yardage consistently. And I haven't done a deep dive on those guys up front, but there's not a single one of them that's getting drafted this year, the Boise State offensive line.
Right.
So, yeah, 100%. And it's not like, the quarterback's fine, but it's not like they had an explosive passing game. So, teams knew what the offense wanted to do, and they still couldn't stop them. And, you want to see everything you want to see from a running back is on that Boise State tape. And so if it would not be surprising if he ends up being a Cowboy, and, you can
Yeah. Now, according to John Machota, that they're not looking at Genty with that pick. I think that, based off of the information that a third of the people that's watching will like to say, well, we need offensive line. Let's go get an offensive lineman. Okay, well, we can go get the offensive lineman. We can stick to that plan then.
One of the players that we are not going to see on the field behind us is Josh Simmons, the Ohio State.
Y'all want to go over this? This is what y'all want?
One of the better tackles in college football last year, likely first-round pick. The reason why is because he suffered a torn patella tendon this past season against Oregon. I believe that was game 6. So usually when you suffer a serious and significant injury like that, it puts your availability for the start of the 2025 season in doubt and really should alter his draft stock in a negative way. I'm just not sure that's the case. My understanding, after talking to several sources informed of his medical, his physical here, sounds like it went incredibly well. He reported that he is way ahead of schedule. I was told he is healing extremely nicely, and there's a very real chance, an expectation almost, that he is ready to start the 2025 season. Does also sound like his interviews went really well.
Yeah, so let's go get the offensive line. We don't need a running back. We can go find a running back in the 5th round, because this is what can happen for those who's whining about grabbing a running back early, is that you can go grab your wide receiver or you can go grab your offensive lineman. Let's say they do that. You grab your offensive lineman in the 1st. And then in the 2nd round, you say, oh, we raise the blade thin, still at defensive tackle. Yeah, we paid Osa, but we need some help right there. And you can go get your interior defensive tackle there. Oh, by the way, we raise the blade thin at linebacker. We can go get our linebacker. Oops, news flash. We don't have a 4th round draft pick. We don't have a 4th round draft pick. We get into the 5th round. Oh, I'm seeing on the board that the DB that I really want is sliding. And we going to get that DB. Oh, we got 2 5th round draft picks. Maybe a running back can fall to us. But what happened was, we really need help at this spot because somebody else done scooped up all of the running backs. And we be sitting here in the same situation with Nate, Pete, Taney Deuce, Vaughn, and whoever else we probably pick up in the free agency after the draft. Come on with it. And it can literally be just like that. And we sitting here with our arms folded talking about, all of those wide receivers people been talking about. Yeah, we just passed them up. We got our wide receivers at the house, man. We got Mingo, and we got Jalen Brooks in Tobit. Come on. Yeah, that can literally be happening. And everybody talking about, but Nate Pete, baby, he can do it. Yeah. He's Ashton Genty. Yeah.
Take the money out.
Yeah. Or hey, let's bring Rico back. Suave, let's give him an extension. Yeah. Rico can do it. He's just as good as Boise State. Ashton Genty, he just need the opportunity, and he will bring us plenty. Come on with it. Yeah. Malik Davis, baby, we going to the Super Bowl, baby. Yeah. Come on with it, man. Shoot, we got Shotty, man. Shoot, everything else gonna work its way out. We got Deuce Vaughn and we got his coach from college, man. We don't need to draft no running back. We okay, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. But That could be the situation. Not saying that is, but that could. I just had to put out the possibilities. Not being negative, I'm just telling you what could happen if that's the case in the scenario. Now, speaking of our contemporaries or somebody that we have to go up against, there's no evidence that, well, there's no lack of evidence that these boys, I forgot about Ryan Flo, Ice Cold Flamingo. Appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, my guy, I like Ryan Flanoy. I like him, and Mingo, shout out to his trainer. He hit me up. He said, Law, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this dude, he been putting in some work. I'm sitting like, okay. And he do work, Mingo do work with AJ. He do work now with the facility, AJ Brown, for those who don't know. He is working with CeeDee Lamb and all of those boys too. So let's give Mingo a shot, But I know for sure that this team, they ain't stopping at all. They got more money than us, and they're freeing up. They releasing people, older veterans, trying to free up some stuff. And what they moving around for? Because all of the Eagle people that watch this show, they're going to really like this topic line. Watch.
One of the rumors we did not get to at the NFL Combine was Diana Rossini saying that the Philadelphia Eagles are really, really interested and may start turning it up when it comes to Myles Garrett. There was this little mini arms race between Washington and Philadelphia. Washington may be interested in getting the A&M superstar, and that would
What y'all feel about that?
cause Philly to go ahead and up their offer, but here's Howie Roseman apparently lurking again after releasing Darius Slay yesterday.
Yeah, this would be an actual big move from Howie. Like Howie, I know he just won a Super Bowl, but I'm saying Howie throws.
Saquon was nothing.
Howie throws darts. I'm just saying Howie does throw darts, and so he's just like, I'm a volume shooter. Okay, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna put up 40 in Gilbert Arenas fashion. But what he going after Myles Garrett, that would clearly just be all right. Let's do this again. We got a window here where we can win, where Saquon's still going to be effective. Let's go for the throat here and try to get back to back.
That's not throwing a dart. That's throwing an axe.
Yeah,
he's throwing axes. That if he gets
Man, they got doggone mine. Howie, and I'm not trying to pump up Howie or any Eagles situation. He ain't throwing no darts. He ain't throwing no axes. Howie got a machine gun. He got one of them damn machine guns. That's what he's doing. He's spraying everything. He got that damn machine gun that was on the Predator. Predator. Where they were chopping down them trees. Yeah, he got one of them damn, or with the Terminator. Get in the chopper. He got one of them. And he never sleep. He got a team of teleworkers right now on the phone. Said, hey, you still want Myles? Hey, they robo-calling. Yeah. Why our front office sitting on my ties, they butt slapping and hands shaking right now over the Ulster deal. Howie's got the damn Cuban cigar in his mouth. Watch me. He's on the phone with all of them damn teleworkers saying, ramp it up. Call the Browns 4 times a day. Yeah, he got a Gatling gun, Yeah, he ain't playing around with it. Hey, Slay, here's your walking papers. Barry, I forgot his name, whatever that Barry kid over there that kept getting burnt. They had to put him permanently on the bench. Hey, yeah, hit the streets, man. Yeah. Shoot. And it is for what it is. Yeah, y'all talking about Howie now. If we didn't sign Osa, he would have been in the damn Eagles uniform almost, or he would have had the Washington colors on. I'm telling y'all the truth.
Myles Garrett. That would be frightening. Because
it leaves me here just kind of lost in this wind outside as a Cowboy fan and follower. It feels kind of hopeless right now.
It feels like we're playing a different sport.
Bradbury's
it feels like the front offices of the two organizations, and the only organizations, you see this throughout the history of the sport. When you've got an elite quarterback in your division, what do all the other teams do? They try to get an edge rusher, right? That's what they always historically they've tried to do that.
So they think Dak's elite.
Right. But
hey, man, y'all better leave Dak alone, though. Y'all better leave Dak alone.
When you've got a guy in your division that is running the operation this way, and you are running your operation almost a completely opposite way. I understand, right? One zigs, you got to zag, but it could not be worse to have Howie in the division. He is the one guy, and it doesn't look like you are even trying to be in the same league as them.
Look, if you want to position this as we can't afford it because of financial decisions we've made, switches we flipped, things we did to open up a window to be competitive. Right. If you want to position it that way, fine. Like, I'll even play ball with you on that and say, okay, you are in a difficult financial position relative to the cap. Then you don't just get a pass for that, though. You need to then hold accountable whoever put you in the position.
Facts.
Whoever got you in that position, that you guys made errors along the way and how there were misjudgments on how much the cap was going to expand and different things like that. Philadelphia was in some of the same sort of positions too with contracts, and they didn't have the same trouble navigating it. So whatever you did, whatever advice or counsel you were listening to that led you to that point to where you're saying you can't even afford a $6 million Derrick Henry cap hit last year, then somebody needs to either answer for that or their voice needs to not be as prominent in that circle anymore.
How do you feel about the possibility of Darius Slay, age 34?
All right, before they go into that conversation, we talked about that. Most of y'all last night were saying no Slay, and I feel you. 34-year-old DB, shoot. It's terrible. Terrible for us to even bring that up, right? Because now we are on sloppy seconds or sloppy thirds or what have you, and nobody want to be anybody's sloppy seconds, right? And the thing is, what I'm saying, as much as we saying no to Slay, a lot of you guys are saying hell no to Andre Booth. I know I know a lot of y'all are saying, please, man, whatever it is, put Law out there at DB. He can do a little bit better than Booth. Come on. Passer rating when targeted, 157. Meaning that's damn near perfect. At Booth, professional football player. You mean to tell me that you couldn't at least block the ball down one time? What's a perfect passer rating for those that's in the chat? Is it 157.7 or something like that? That's what he allowed. Come on. Yes, release Booth. I bet you Booth people right now like, hey, Law, can you calm it down just a little bit? Damn, I'm trying to get my guy one more contract. Jeez. Go Packers. Go get the Jair Alexander. I would love Jair Alexander. Yeah. If the price is right, they got to release him first. Yeah. And Carson's wasn't just as good. I think passer rating when targeted on Carson's was right at 150 or 125 or something like that. And that's damn near perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We got the correct answer here. Travis Power says a perfect QB passer rating is 158.3. Oh, my gosh, man. So, Booth, you couldn't at least tap the man a little bit? Shout out to you, Jay Fuller. Come on with it.
Take the money out. All of it. Come on.
Come on with it.
You're wasting my time now. Come on. Come on.
Come on. 158.3 is perfect. Oh, wow. So it's damn near perfect when you're targeting those boys on the perimeter. And I know, I get it. I hate to beat up our own, but it's just for what it is. Let me see if I can pull up Booth. Shoot. Man, it's just crazy, man. And we better not bring that brother back, And I could be off with it. It could be the mixture of Carson's with the 157. Let me pull it up again. All right. So let me see. Boy, I. Yeah, 157.1. Yeah, there it is right there. Y'all see it? Meaning that, man, you can literally. They gave that man a 28.7 in coverage. Hey, he can stop some run, though. Maybe you can switch him over to a linebacker or something because he got good run defense. Out of, literally on this poll, out of 223 cornerbacks who was eligible to get graded, Booth is the 220th cornerback. So there's 219 cornerbacks better than him. How bad you got to be, God dog. At least pass interference a guy or something. Maybe the official won't call it and they'll give you a better grade. Come on, Booth. And I'm scared to pull up Carson's because it's not just I want Carson's to prove me wrong. If anybody can prove me wrong, would be Carson's, because Carson's himself is a situation that it would make me go pick up the phone and call Slay and say, hey, man, I know you're old, man. I know the Geritol and all of that stuff, you need it. But is there a way that we could just at least put you out there? Maybe the opposition will show some levels of respect to you because of the fact that you play for, that you got a ring or something, you know? Oh, my gosh, man. We got the Commander Lorian.
COMMANDALORIAN $5. Damn, I wanted to add him to the list of former Boys to Men gang with DQ. Law, only fan of the others I like. I hope to see on Super Friends from now on.
Okay, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. The Commando Lorian, appreciate you for your support there. And
shame. Shame. Shame.
I ain't too proud to beg, but how y'all gonna let a Commander fan out support y'all over here? Come on with it. Shoot. Hey, Carson need to definitely take that 21 off. But, you know, he was a rookie last year, so I'm giving him a little grace, a little mercy. But man, oh man, he need to take that name, seat, and belt off and just be Carson's, you know, take the nickname away, you know. His coverage grade was just as bad, 36.7. And passer rating allowed was 125.4. He averaged, when the opposition dropped back to throw the ball in his direction, he averaged allowing 15.1 yards. That's too much, y'all. Yeah, the Jets released Devontae Adams. Yeah, we talked about that. Tax return check didn't come through yet. I see you, Chris, but hey, make sure you hook me up now when the taxes come in. Yo, but let's finish listen to the rest of this, man. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all like what we're saying. Drop 100 in the chat if you love what I'm saying. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's get back to it. Appreciate you.
Well, this is kind of a Philadelphia thing, right? Like, Slay's still decent. He's still got years left. I mean, his PFF grade was about the same as it was the previous year. Now, it was way down from like 21, but 21 was way up from 2020. Mm-hmm. But they've got 5 or 6 defensive backs that are 24, 25 years old or younger that are cheap.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that you can do when you have a Super Bowl, but
what y'all thoughts on that?
B, also you've done pretty well stockpiling players at that position group.
Yeah,
you've got depth.
They stockpiled draft picks. Like, they somehow managed to go out and acquire players that were big-time players while also getting a ridiculous amount of draft capital. They weren't making the, let's throw a 4th at Trey Lance to start one game for us when the season was out of hand and say goodbye to that. Let's spend another 4th on Jonathan Mingo and then just kind of hope something clicks into place. They're in a position where they said, all right, we can throw our draft capital at getting 2 corners to replace Darius Slay. He can be in here to bring them along this year, and then they'll be ready to jump in, take over. And by the way, we still have enough draft capital where we might trade for Myles Garrett.
Would the Cowboys have done this with Slay? would they have just cut him? You know, they would have.
Yeah,
because they walked away from Ware, they walked away from Dez, but I think they really thought Ware was done.
Yeah, I think
and Dez too.
I think they would want to.
Dez was done.
Dez was done.
They'd want to pull the parachute on a corner that age. I don't even know that they would have let Slade get to 34.
Maybe I don't know. It just seems like it just doesn't seem like it's in their DNA to walk away from a player that's good, that's still performing.
Last thing on the Eagles defense, who is this Hunt player?
Jalix Hunt. He was their 4th round pick. He's a defensive end, and this makes me roll my eyes about Vic Fangio. Jalix Hunt had done a podcast interview and told the fellas there about, Vic Fangio's such an intense coach that when we were getting ready for our Super Bowl parade, we had work to do.
After we won the Super Bowl, we came in, I think we had the parade Friday. On Thursday, we came in just for a team meeting to let everybody know how the parade was going to go. The offense dips out. Vic, defense come out. He goes over, we have a checklist each game of what we need to do. And if you get a yes in those boxes, 9 times out of 10 win. Did we win? Yes. Did we hold them to less than 4 explosive plays? Yes. Did we win on 3rd down conversions? Yes. Did we win on 4th down conversions? Did we stop them in the red zone? Did we miss tackles? Did we sack Mahomes? Each thing, he goes to just the first half stats. Good, we stopped them here. They got negative 55 yards, negative 11 in the first half. This is unacceptable. Circles the second half. Unacceptable. 22 points. We won. They didn't score in the first half. We're having a meeting after the Super Bowl. He wants perfection.
Damn. I should have listened to this on the front end. That's some dedication shit. Yeah, we talked about the Adams being released yesterday, but we gonna recircumvent that right there. Shoot, that's remarkable. Damn. To still hold your players accountable after the damn Super Bowl? Shoot. Jay Diz, you heard that a few weeks ago? That's why I'm late to the party on that one. Jeez. That's dope. We gonna have our hands full if we don't continue to be competitive about this. And for everyone, I see we have 700 folks in here. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share this content. And for those who are just not tuning in as well, the news is of breaking news. The defensive tackle, also Odighizuwa, is signed to a 4-year, $80 million contract deal, $52 million guaranteed per sources, and it tells NFL on Fox that Jordan Short's the one that broke the deal. So shout out to him for breaking the deal. But before we go a little bit further into this conversational piece, I appreciate y'all. Do me a huge favor, hit that like, share this content, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. This episode is brought to you by Ridge, your personalized ultra-thin wallet that you can carry everywhere. And on top of that, you would never lose your wallet again or your keys, because with this particular product, you can add the AirTag to it, and it's ultra slim. You can slide up to 12 cards. And if you are a minimalist, right, you don't want to have all of the clutter everywhere, then all you have to do is just visit Ridge, get up to 40% off of your wallet, design, and everything.
Oh my goodness!
Lifetime warranty, the best in the business, the best in the market. Be sure to check out Ridge. Look at this thin wallet. I'm telling you, I utilize and use it. This is one of the best in the business because of this right here, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never lose your wallet, and it's got a lifetime warranty. And we declutter things. You don't want it to be too large. Come on with it. And with that ultra thin and this unique color, come on with it. Just say it with me. Ridge. Instead of Riggs, let's say Ridge. Check out www.ridge.com. Use promo code LAW. Let's get it one way or another. No doubt, man. Rich, appreciate you, man. Getting too old for this. I need a 40% off on my wallets, man. Be sure to check out the information and the details of how you get that wallet in my description box. But just to recap this, he had a season high 4.5 sacks last season. There's 23 QB hits as well, and that's Osa he signed. If you team Osa with this signing, if you agree with this signing, put 9.7. If you disagree with this signing, just say no Osa, or put N-O on there. No, But Rich, we go. That's probably why they reached out to me. Said, is he saying Rich or Riggs? Shout out to the Rich, and use promo code LAW, like I said. And Jay, appreciate you for your support. He says, this is why I'm constantly on the Jones family head law. I'm out in the trenches near Philly, and they acting like the dynasty already. Like they a dynasty already. And Dak on Filthy, appreciate you. Reach in my Rich, like Rex. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank both of y'all. Yes. See a lot of 9-7s in the chat. A lot of 9-7s. Who's big on Game of Thrones? Who's big on watching Game of Thrones? And the whole plot and scheme of it, that those boys were all saying, winter is coming, Winter is coming.
Shame.
For those who are not hitting the like button. They lamented the fact that winter is coming, and they had to brace themselves and get ready to prepare for it, or understanding that they will be doomed. Even though I'm excited about this OSA contract that's being done, but what I'm mostly excited about will be the money that is going to be freed up now to allow us to get rid of the excuse-making machine of we don't have the coins, the remunerations to go out there and grab said player. Because if we sit stagnant, others are completely looking to better their best, to better their team. And what I'm getting at, Cowboy Nation, the Washington Commanders, I said, okay, all right. We got the Debo thing. Now it's time to look on defense, right? The Eagles, okay, we releasing some of our guys. They're freeing up money for something. I'm going to say this again, and I'm not out here to bring fear talk to the conversation, but they're cutting people and they're freeing up money for somebody. They're freeing up money to go into this draft on an empty stomach, by the way. And if Vic Fangio is already holding them boys' feet to the fire and holding them accountable after they done lift up that Lombardi trophy, boy, we still talking about the doggone trophies that we had in the 90s. You lift them things up, you going to sneeze. Dust all. Hey, man, here's our trophy. A third of the players wasn't even born in 95 that's on this team. So we can't get complacent.
Dude, if Vic Fangio were ever a real head coaching candidate again, I hear this story and I go, I would never, ever hire you. You just...
People are going to eat this up. Fans would eat this up. This was supposed to be before the parade?
Yes!
Like a huddle, a pre-parade huddle?
Yeah, like, hey, guys, get back here. But before you go out here and drink these beers, I want to remind you about that Xavier Worthy touchdown catch when you were up 25 freaking points in the fourth quarter.
I want you to read this Mario Puzo book first. By the way, I just went and looked. How many players' average annual value of their contract in the Cowboys is $9 million or more?
The average annual value of their contract, not their cap hit?
The contract.
APY. Off the top of my head, 6.
7. 7. How many do the Eagles have?
Probably
12.
13. They have doubled you up.
No doubt. Sheesh, 13. Lord. Yeah. Action Powell. Now, Action. You don't have to lie to kick it, bro. Jeez. He's a lie. I remember when you told me that Fangio wouldn't be a big difference maker. If you can find that video, then send it over to me. Because everywhere Fangio been, he's been ranked number 1 or number 3 defense. The Miami Dolphins, the year he was there, they was ranked number 1, number 2, respectfully, right? Now, granted, he is a good defensive coordinator. He was really a good defensive coordinator when he was with the Niners back in the days. So we understand that he is really good, right? But by him not being a big difference maker, oh, shoot, he was a whole lot better than what previously the Eagles had. So that's all I'm going to say. But if you can find that video, help me out, send it over to me, man. Maybe I have amnesia. And maybe I forgot what I said. And maybe, just maybe, if you guys been driving along in Dallas and there was a big storm last night, flipped a plane over, there was a tornado that ripped through Plano and beyond, man, I pray and we hope all is well. But somehow, if you on that road, right, and you are driving to your destination and someone else smash right into you, let me tell you who you need to call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
214 or 817 and all of the threes you can dial. Shout out to your trades. He says, give me Luther Burden and the NFL will be hurting. You ain't lying, trades. Appreciate you. But if you want to trade anything, trade with Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers, your contact information if you are in a jam. And I mean just that. These guys won't take advantage of you like those insurance companies or Diddy. Oops, did I say that out loud? But they will take care of you. They got over 100 years of experiences. On top of that, Dallas acquire about 9,000 people a month to move here. That's a lot of folks. So you want somebody that can battle with you, that know the terrain? Well, reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. Now, also, if you want to call in to Law Nation Sports to rattle my brain on what you got going on, call 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Give me a shot and let me know what you feel about Osa. Let me know what you think about this particular draft heading into this particular offseason and everything in between. Cowboy Nation. Also, let's get this thing going the best way possible. All right, I got on the first hotline for your mind from the 201 100 grand with the plan. What's good with you?
My God, what it is, bro?
Not much, man. Hey, we finally paid somebody, man, early. No long outdrawn conversation. Hey, finally.
I'm not impressed. Do that to Micah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not impressed by that.
Okay.
That don't move the needle for me.
It's like buying
the needle for me. You ain't getting no cookies and ice cream from me for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That don't do nothing. I'm glad we paid the man.
Okay.
And didn't let him go like we always do. I'm not going to poo-poo the fact that we paid the man. I'm not doing that. But Law.
Yeah.
The four-letter networks, everybody wasn't even talking about Osa. They don't even know who he is.
Yeah, nah, they don't.
They talking about Micah. You see what I'm saying? You ain't making no money talking about Osa. So that's why I said that don't move the needle for me. You know what I'm saying? Now the 4-letter networks go. Also got paid this money. Is Micah in jeopardy of getting his money? That's gonna be.
That's the storyline.
Now they're going to talk about also like they knew who he is and all this and that, and that's what they're going to do, Law. That's what they're going to do.
Well, the side piece, the side piece needs shoes too. The side piece needs shoes. Hey, you gonna get the main one, the purse, but the side piece needs shoes.
Side piece needs shoes. You know what I'm saying? You take the main one. You take the main one to Brooklyn Chop House. You take the side piece to the Cheesecake Factory.
The Cowboys operating backwards, boy. Oh my God, boy. Hey, Parson now looking at that money. Osa getting loud like, hey, wait a minute now. Hold on. 80 million, 52. Hey, wait a minute. I want some too now.
Hold on. You cutting into my money, little homie.
Oh my gosh. I want a car now. I don't want shoes. I want a whole car, a wing of the house. Oh shit. Oh my goodness, stay patient, man. I ain't laughing, dog. This ain't no laughing matter. Shit.
I done told the Joneses I've been wanting to start my talking. They just waved me off. Hold on.
Wait a minute. I was saying that I wanted hot dog water. Hey, you gave him steak. Wait a minute. Hold on. Shoot, they better hurry and pay Parson before that rate go even higher. And I get it. People would say, yeah, I would play for dog food. But now, as the old said, it ain't no fun if the homie can't have none. You know what I'm saying? Right, so Parson gonna want some at this point.
Unless that's your main. If that's your main, we don't touch the main. You know what I'm saying? But if that ain't your main, ain't no fun if the homies can't have it.
If ain't no fun. Oh yeah. Yeah, so you already know.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Oh shoot. Oh, y'all tripping. Brad said, man, Parsons finna sign up and get that damn helicopter. So y'all better pony up. He went from shoes to a helicopter. That's some crazy stuff. But the Cowboys, if this was an automobile, this is like paying for the car tires, right? When you need a new transmission or something. You need transmission, man. Come on with it. Shoot. New tires don't help the transmission. So come on, Cowboys. Y'all better do the order of operations straight. You know, there's people right now that car need oil change and they putting tint on their windows. Like, come on, man, priorities, man. Or come out like tar. Come on, man. Come on, do the priorities first, man. And I think that's what the Cowboys need to do.
But you know what, too long.
What's that?
The fact that Parsons said he would take less.
Yeah.
Took the pressure off the Joneses to do him first.
Yeah.
Because they like, okay, if you're not gonna beat us over the head, it shouldn't be that much work we have to do with your contract. So yeah, we gonna see who bite first here.
Yeah.
Ain't in no rush because you ain't gonna take top of the market. You already said you gonna cut us a deal.
Right.
Okay, so we don't have to put you at the front of the line. We can do these little bitty stuff and get to you when we get to you, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that they don't want to pay the mortgage first. The mortgage took a little discount already, so we don't need to do that much hard work on it. Because you're going to cut us some slack already. See, a lot of people ain't look at it like that. You got to look at it from that front, too.
Yeah. You're right.
You do.
Man,
you know?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? They don't got to do that much work because he ain't getting top of the market. He said he going to cut us a discount.
No doubt.
The top of the market is 40, 38. He ain't doing that. He going to do what, 35, 32? So,
Yeah.
So it's like we don't need to do that much work because you're going to cut us a discount anyway. You're going to give us $5 million. You're going to put $5 million to the side, $10 million to the side so we could do something.
Well, with $4 or $5 million that we saved, that's J. Lou money, right? That's
right.
That's other people or that's Rico money. Rico market value is right at 6.7.
Boy, Lord, don't do that,
Hey,
man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Nate P.
I don't want Rico, man. I really don't want him. I don't want Rico.
You don't want Rico, man? Hey.
I don't want Rico, but I got a feeling we're gonna go get him.
Mm.
But if we sign Rico back, and we go into this draft, and we get one of these fast guys in the draft,
right?
All is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Like you match up Rico with Travion Henderson, and now you're like, okay, all right, cool, I see it. I can see the vision a little bit. Or Quinshawn Judkins, or the Martinez kid from Miami.
Right.
I can see the Cowboys doing that route, or Marion Hampton. But the weirdest spot now is that now we are 50 days away from the draft, right? And we're hearing mixed reports. I'm hearing reports now that Luther Burden can fall to the second round. Let us fool around and let me be in control of this draft. I get Ashton Genty and Luther Burden. Shoot, come on, man, boy.
I'll take. Well, we go to Golden Corral.
Man, you go to Corral, man. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna do a little bit better than Golden Corral a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, but hey, I do the all-you-can-eat buffet. But at the end of the day, shoot, that's Ocean Prime stuff right there, bro. That's Del Frisco's and them. Nick and Sam's, if we can do something like that. And I would love to see the Cowboys just be a little bit more aggressive in this conversational pool with the draft. But I know the order of operation is first they got to take care of their own and then look at outside stuff.
And then they're going to look at that. Yeah, that's what they do anyway. So, this is going according to what they do. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving them no cookies and ice cream for that because this is their pattern. This is what they do. They're not going to look at free agents until the second week, so they're just getting prepared to move money around for that second week of free agency.
Yeah.
We already know what they're going to do. I would rather them get a veteran lineman on any side rather than reports of getting a lineman with the 12th pick. I don't like that. I would be extremely frustrated with that.
No doubt, man. It'd be more the same.
Extremely frustrated with that because I would be upset. You gonna get another lineman? What are you doing?
Yeah, you can get another lineman. And my only thing is, as much as I'll be upset, I had to go into the law of, hey man, let's see how the whole picture look.
What we need we need a running back or a wide receiver.
We do.
We need a weapon, Law. That's what I'm saying. You can't go into it. And I don't care. People say, oh, the players got to step up. The players got to step up.
Right.
As you always say, I don't care how much you coach up Shaq and you encourage Shaq to shoot that three. It ain't going in.
It ain't going in. You still need players. You still look. That's the thing. Shaq is good in his own way. But if you don't utilize and use him right, then he's horrid. He's horrible, So I just hope that the Cowboys, with what we got, that we add somebody in there, some pieces in there, so we can get things going. I do like the overall concept of the coaching staff. And to a degree, my guy, 100 grand before I let you go, there's still a better step in the direction of getting this deal done. Because we're not letting this hang over our head all offseason. I
agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but to my point, this isn't the big deal that'll hang over your head.
Facts. Parsons, man.
That's all I'm saying.
You're right on the money with that assessment, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's 100 grand, man. Tell people where they can find and follow you, bro.
Hey, guys, follow me at Graphic Zone HD on Instagram and Twitter. That's Graphic Zone HD, Instagram and Twitter.
No doubt, man.
I'm not. Go ahead, Alex.
No. You good, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yes, indeed, man. He don't do a good job at all. He do a great job over there. I want to share this one more time, and it's easier said than done, but hopefully by them getting this out the way that we can listen to something like this, and it'll be more tangible if the Cowboys just go ahead and get this done.
I don't know what's so hard about this. You take the top edge contract, I believe it's Nick Bosa, and then you add some money. Boom, done. I did it, Dallas. It's like not that hard. So the Cowboys right now have no money, right? But there are a lot of moves that they make, a few moves rather, to alleviate that situation pretty quickly. Right now, Dak Prescott has a $90 million cap hit because he's got ton of salary in the future. You can convert that into a bonus, bring it down to just over 50. Same thing with, well, not the same thing, but with CeeDee Lamb, again, you can convert a lot of his bonus to contract, bring that down. And then if you do deal with Micah Parsons, that's similar to what I just said, which is basically the Nick Bosa deal. Plus, you actually can bring his cap hit down a decent amount too, because right now it's got him on the tag. You do those three moves and suddenly you're at over $60 million in cap space. Now, it would mean you are tying your fate to these three players and that you want them to be the future of the franchise, not just in the next couple of years, but even beyond that. But if I'm Dallas, I feel good about that. I think those three really good football players. And then you do that, you have a little bit of flexibility to move around and address some of the other positions on the roster.
Yes, indeed. Boy! She killed that, man. In a good way. You know, she killed that, and that's exactly what the boys need to do, by the way. And we got some more developing news as Todd Archer, a good friend and follower of the show, he reports here that he got the breakdown of the contract. Shout out, kudos and credence to him for this beautiful breakdown that we are about to bestow upon you guys and put out here for everyone to see. Appreciate him for his hard work and dedication for the nation. Let's see if we can pull this up on the fly before we let G Cuddy in on the call. Osa Odighizuwa contract breakdown. 4-year, $80 million, 52 guaranteed. Signing bonus was 20. So 2025, they get a little cap relief, by the way, because it's only going to be 1.175. And then 2026, 16.25. 2027, 20. And then 2028, 20. There are $500K active roster bonuses for each year with his first 2 years guaranteed. All right. So shout out to him. And then he got more information, more and more ingredients, more and more details. $13 million of the 2027 base guaranteed for injury become fully guaranteed on the 5th day of the 2027 league year, meaning that 2029 and 31 are avoidable years. So his cap hit, oh my goodness, his cap number is in 2025 only 6.25. Ooh, baby, we get a little cap relief. Come on, baby. We get a little cap relief, and that is why you make sure when you sign guys, prorate some of that money, kick it over to bonuses. Instead of that being one big hit, if they would have put him on the franchise tag, it would have been $25 million off the cap, and you wouldn't have been able to prorate it and spread it out and stretch it. So Osa contract technically goes all the way into the year 2031, but they're going to move and do this cap gymnastics and get things going. This is good for us, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to understand that. This is good. By signing him, you can now take that money and maybe, just maybe, even if you want to play around with, I've seen some people saying, hey, Devontae Adams, he's on the market now because they got rid of him over there in Jets. What would his monies look like? Well, Devontae Adams is not going to be expensive now. It's cheaper than the $38 million that the Jets owe to him. Right? It's cheaper than that, but now you can play around with Devontae Adams. This is what I talked about earlier this morning on my show. We talked about these things because I know a lot of people looking at like, how can we better this team up a little bit better so we can do this now with $13.6 million. That's his market value. That's a 2 year, stretch it out for $27 million. You can do that even though he's long in the tooth. Y'all know I want DK Metcalf, but if there's a situation and scenario that you can match and marry Devontae Adams up with CeeDee Lamb, and this doesn't prevent you guys from going into the draft, drafting a wide receiver still, right? So this is what I wanted to bring up. Just listen to it.
People compared a lot of dudes to me as they come into the league and stuff. This is a guy that's younger than me, CeeDee Lamb.
That is a shocker to me.
I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. That's the one that
no disrespect to CeeDee Lamb, but that is, I'm shocked.
Yeah, and when I'm picking it, I'm not picking it off of just the most attractive that people want to hear. And if you watch the way CeeDee plays, and I think he's going to keep growing. And I talked to him this offseason a couple of times, and I said, bro, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep staying on what you're on right now, because this is going to give you the type of credit and respect that you deserve moving forward. You just got to keep doing it, put something behind it. He reminded me of myself a lot as far as the way he moves.
Let's get
and I feel like at that point when I was, you ask him, he'll tell you he likes where he's at with his game right now. And I feel like he's getting that 2018 maybe respect right now.
Right.
And the more he continues to do and gets better, he's going to get a lot more respect. And then it's so many other guys too.
Let's get it. Y'all get what I'm going with this. People, you just got to be able to do those things. And shout out to you, Rogers. He says Dorrance Armstrong had better stats and should have let Osa walk. Can somebody let him know what position Dorrance Armstrong play opposed to Osa? Can somebody inform him? Because, a lot of people don't know the difference between a 3-tech, a 1-tech, and an edge rusher, somebody who can play a 5 technique, a wide 9. Those are things that's different. So you can't just sit back and say, hey, this person had better production, right? It's not the same, So it's a different position. But can y'all break that down? Because, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people who haven't played the game don't understand a difference between a 3-tech. Some people don't know what A-gaps is. They don't know where it's at. Some people don't understand when you line up at 0 where you're absolutely at, or the difference between a 3-4 defense or a 4-3 or a 4-2-5. People don't understand that. So it's one of those things that the people would think that when they look at a certain player and they look at production value, they only look at the stat line that's very much so enticing. That's sacks numbers, right? So just let them know, man. Y'all help them out in the chat, man. help smooth out in the chat while I got my guy from the 313, and then we have Brad from the 301. But 313, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
No, this Cuddy, man. What's going on?
Cuddy, man, all is good, man. What's good?
Hey, well, you answered my first question, man, because I was like, well, how do we resign Osa with all our money problems and everything? But you broke that down pretty good, man.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they can go ahead and get Law. But the thing is, I would like to see us have our strategy where our free agency and our drafting have some alignment to it, right? I mean, you talked about, like, hey, can we get Devontae, to push him out there, and then where does that position us? Does that help either fill a void, or is it something that we can add to? Because I keep saying, I think when this draft comes around, I think at 12, I don't think Genty going to be there. And I think he's going to be gone. Whether somebody, above the surprises get him or leapfrog this,
right?
I don't think he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we can't be caught flat-footed. Like, oh, well, we thought, we considered, because if he's gone and the receiver from Arizona gone, then what's our plan?
Yeah.
Now we scrambling to figure out, oh, wait a minute, do we want a lineman? Do we... are we reaching for this person?
Yeah.
And I don't think Omarion going to be there in the second round either.
Right.
I mean, there's talks that he's going to go somewhere in the first. So if you're like, we just wait and get him, there's no guarantee. So to me, they need to go in here with a strategy and just say, okay, in this situation, of course they got a board, right?
Right.
Everybody got a board, but really they need to be prepared for that because I think there's an assumption that guy A or B gonna be there,
Right.
and neither may be there. And so if we're planning right in free agency, where are we gonna get like an Aaron Jones? Do we have money to, do we have money to sign him in? Or we, like Rico is Rico. You know what I mean?
Correct.
I'd rather get a vet, somebody like an Aaron Jones if we can.
If you can,
right?
yeah, right.
And then then we decide if both our guys gone, and we said, well, we're gonna get alignment.
Right.
Do we trade further down and try to get that fourth back? So we go from 12 to 23. I mean, I'm just making up a number.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm with the old football philosophy, even with the draft. And the old football philosophy is be where your feet at, right?
BPA.
Yeah, be where your feet at. And we teach that all the time. And on top of that, when you think about this particular team, we can't look down into the fourth round and try to say, okay, I'm going to slide off of what I can get. You know what I'm saying? To a maybe what I could get, right? There's only so many moves that you can make. And by you picking at a premium spot, because the 12th pick is a premium spot, technically speaking, there's about 15 true first-round grades on players. Not everybody, even in the first round, got first-round grades. So you got to quantify that. And the moment that these quarterbacks get off the market, we like, yeah, that means that another skilled player is going to drop to us, right? The moment that an offensive line get off the market, another skilled player is going to drop to us. So what we're trying to do here is get skilled players on this team so that we can be a little bit more explosive. And that's where I want the Cowboys to be, a little bit more explosive.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But so in that situation, I'm saying, like, if Genty gone.
If Genty gone, okay.
If my man, that receiver from Arizona, he's gone, what you going to do at 12? If it was you, what would you do at 12 at that point?
All right, so you at that point, you still have other offers because one man's trash is another man's treasure. At that spot, it's so enticing because there are teams that will still believe that they are one player away for making that ultimate impact. And we're going to see. Because, for example, the Bengals, they're sitting right at the 17th spot, right? So they may be looking at it like, if we can get to that 12th spot, we have someone that we really want out of this draft. Now you can hold them ransom for that spot, and you can say, okay, well, I want the sun, the moon, you know what I'm saying? If they spoke too openly about what their intentions are, just like anything, in the words of Mike McCarthy, as he says those things, right, is that, look, and I'm just going to give y'all a little tidbit of information out there. There's 48 laws of power. And one of the laws I'm going to tell you is guard your intentions at all costs. You got to figure out a way to be sneaky, privately, and also aggressively with your spot and letting people know that this is where I'm going to be at and this is who I'm going to get, but you guarding it, right? You got to keep them on their sway and let someone else move up to that spot at this spot for a king's ransom. But what you can't do, if the Cowboys is at this 12th spot, right? At the 12th spot, you can't do what the Giants did, and I believe in the year 2021. They slid back from the 11th spot, I believe, all the way down to the 17 or the 18th spot. And all of those good premium pick guys, they were gone. Meaning that the moment they slid back, I think that we went and made a deal with, I want to say, the Eagles. Eagles went and got Smitty. We went and got Parsons. The Giants went and got Kadarius Toney. Because what they were thinking was, hey, defense is really high in this draft. We can find another linebacker, or we can find someone else in the 3rd or the 4th round. Let me know how that worked for them. You can't get too cute. All I can say is, Cuddy, is just be where your feet at. If you're going to slide back, only slide back no further than 2 spots, but make sure you get one of your true graded first-round picks, man. Come on with it.
Got it. Got it. Well, in closing, last one. What do you think about so? Would you consider Omarion, or would that be too rich for your blood? Because after the combine and stuff, he's supposedly shooting up the draft, and we've seen the guy that went to the Lions. The same thing happened with him a couple years ago when we thought he'd be available,
right?
And he shot up. So if we at 12, we're impressed, and I don't even know if we interviewed him or not, to be honest. But anyway, if we're impressed by what he did, is he too rich for your blood there at 12?
As long as he fit the identity of what you're trying to exemplify.
Got it.
My thing is, I would never get mad at something that you make a move on, that you truly believe that that's the one for you. Look, a lot of people wasn't that high on Pat Mahomes, right? It wasn't like he was the number one pick, the overall number one pick in that particular draft. But the Chiefs saw something in him, and they said, we'll move up to get him, right?
Right.
And I know the draft is always a crap shot, but Mitch Trubisky was drafted before Pat Mahomes, right? So it's just depending on how, if you see value and you see your system and you understand your team and your coaching staff, what they can do, just don't get that wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get that pick wrong. Right. I'm trying to keep PG-13. Don't get it wrong. But you got to stand on business. Don't double look. Don't be gazing at other things and say, this is who I want that will fit the identity of what I'm trying to exemplify, and I'm going to get it done. And if Omarion is him, then you walk up in there boldly and say, that's my guy. But don't be like, that's my guy, but I really like that person. Don't do that.
Right. Okay. All right. Hey, Law, I appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work, all right?
No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Do we have some more breaking news? Did CeeDee Lamb absolutely restructured? Okay. Oh, wait, boy, y'all better not tell me that. Oh, y'all better not tell me that. Let me check. I trust y'all, but let me verify. Oh, I trust y'all, but let me verify. If he did, man, oh, wait. All right, let me see. Y'all lying now. Y'all lying. Oh, snap! The Cowboys are really changing. Oh, my goodness. We are different. Oh, we are different this year. Oh, we are. We finna make a move to go get somebody. Oh, my goodness, man. Shout out to you. Who is Dwight? Who put the news out first for the nation, baby? Oh, my goodness, man. Come on with it.
Let's go.
Whoa. Come on with it, baby. We finna do something. I don't even know what we gonna do, but I'm happy about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on with it.
I wake up, flex some down that check. No drip this.
Whoa, we moving, baby. I cannot believe it. Come on. Come on, man. Y'all got to get crunk, man. Come on with it. I know. Yo, let's go, man. Let's get it. Who crunk with it? Jeez.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies.
Don't need no friends. I got my homies watching with me. Don't zone me now. This team, come on with it.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me.
I need 6 rings.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, let's get it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down.
We coming, baby. My fofo make sure all y'all kids won't grow, baby. Yeah. Jeez. Woo. $20 million. Who we finna go get, baby? She. Come on with it. Hey, I don't give a dog right now. You got to be crunk for this news.
This with the devil used to
I got
love
from
playing
the
those
301.
Made some bad decisions that
You're live on the Nation.
Lord.
Talk me.
I made a promise
Lord, what's happening, man?
Shoot. We finna make a move. We leaving here with something. What Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something.
Hey, I know that's right. Hey,
Hell
boy,
yeah. Come on with it.
They done moved them. Hey, boy, they done moved themselves around. And
Yeah.
they everybody sleeping on how big of a move that Osa deal was, the way they backloaded that thing with them bonuses.
Yeah.
And now you ain't got them late cap hits.
Yeah.
What did Micah say at the Super Bowl? Let me bring this small nation right quick.
Break it down.
Micah said, listen, man, what I'm looking at, what we need going forward, get me some help.
Yeah.
Said,
Help
I feel
me.
like you got the staff in place. Give me some help.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the Osa deal. You kept one. That's one of his boys. That's why I told you earlier. Micah gonna get his helicopter. He already know that. You feel me? So they had to make a change. That was Micah throwing the gauntlet down right there on the table at the Super Bowl, saying, get me some help or else. Now, look at it. CeeDee restructure. Osa side.
Yeah.
Okay, now you go into this draft. I get what people are saying, that's rich for a running back.
Shoot.
But what you got to look at what they put in place. That's Marty's boy that they hired, man. That's Brian Schottenheimer.
Come on with legacy stuff, man. They gotta shoot one up for the clouds for the Marty boy. Yeah.
Marty's boy. He went out and got the crown jewel of being Marty's boy. He go get the offensive line coach from the Cardinals. What did they do last year? They took that ball out of Kyler Murray's hands and said, you know what, James Connors, you gonna get this rock 20 to 25 times a game. Let's get it. And they went downhill.
Come on with it.
Now, look at our offensive line. What do they do best? Road grade.
Come on
now
with it.
You got that offensive line coach with them big boys, BB, Guyton. You already know what you got in the Smith boy.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying? You put Hoffman in there. He came in there last year, super nasty. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You put them boys going forward with an offensive line coach that he come in there, piss and vinegar, spit nails.
Come on with it. Hold on, say that again. Say that again. Piss and vinegar and spit nails. Say it again. Woo!
Piss and vinegar and spit nails. He got them boys going forward off them knuckles versus backing up. Now, what does Dak do best? Pass the ball off of play action.
Come on with it. Break it down.
What he do when he won that job, he had what? A bell cow running back. You at 12, you don't pass on Genty. You know why? Because, see, Genty gets you with them boys running forward with all that beef.
Mm-hmm.
You miss one time, boy, we knocking our head on the goalpost.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Now, you put that in there, you got to stop Genty, just like you said. Penn State had to dedicate their entire defense to stopping Genty.
There you go. There you go. Come on with it.
Now talk. Here come that talk though, because you already know I'm an 88er. I'm an 88 club. I got them all. I got Irvin. That's my dog right there. I started with him with the 47 down here in Florida. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now check this out. Now you put all them people in the box. Good luck stopping the 88 that swiped the phone for his old lady could flip it open. You ain't gonna do nothing with him. He already was open from the day he got drafted. You know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah.
Now, you add that. Now, what Dak do best, and you got Marty's boy, gonna run that football, and then you brought back Eberflus, who, by the way, been here before, and what did he do? He put defenses in front of you that run, hit, and bust your head open.
Come on with it.
Mike say, let me crack your cranium and pour in some knowledge.
Yeah.
That man right there, he got Overtron coming back later on.
Okay.
Now, you go in here, you get Genty. Now, you second round, you go around there and get you one of them SEC head knockers.
Come on with it.
That run sideline to sideline to go with that.
Like a Jihad Campbell.
Off that edge.
Oh, my goodness. Come on with it.
Come on, man. Come on. That's what it is right now. And then they moving stuff around. All we need is a big body that's going to push that middle where you can't run. And now we cooking with fish grease. Trust me on that.
Bro, with $20 million, we got enough room right now to spread out, because all you need is like $4 or $5 million on the cap to go get contracts to push that money down to futures. Man, Bro, we got money. And they finna do Dak next. Come on. Look, they've been listening. Go ahead and if they knock out, we got 50 days. If they knock out Parsons stuff before this damn draft,
sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. It's not a player that we can't go out there and grab now and reach and get. We got enough money.
That's what I'm talking about. Because, see, you don't, everybody don't realize you need a good glue piece. You don't need the Madden player. You don't need the all Madden player. You know, you get that good glue player that's going to come in there,
right?
That defensive line, and with them youngins behind them, show them how to be a professional.
Come on with it.
They're saying the things like Myles Garrett saying, man, I want to win. See, wanting to win and wanting your bag is two different things. Wanting your bag, you'll go anywhere and get a bag. Right, wrong.
Facts.
Now, somebody that want to win, no, man, they going to do exactly what Saquon did last year. He ain't trying to go nowhere. That fool hopped on I-95. That deal was done before he even left the subway station.
Right.
Dog.
Ink didn't even dry
He knew
yet.
what he was going to
do. Yeah.
He knew where he was going. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then you know me about that one.
Yeah.
Hey, he's seeking a trade. What you think he want to do most? That boy come from Alabama. He won't win.
He won't win, bro.
See what I'm talking about?
And Allen and Osa, oh my God! Now they both play the 3 tech. You just rotate. Look. The game is meant to just be copycatted anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not to copycat the damn Eagles, but if you can rush 4, drop 7, you can beat a whole lot of. And you can still stop the run. You can beat a whole lot of teams in the National Football League.
Hard to hold 11 when you got to push in the middle. You got to slide that line. Like you said, everybody don't know football. You got to slide to them A-gaps to stop pressure. Good luck with Parsons. That's all I tell you.
Hey, before I let you go, Brad, hey, here's another thing, too, though. You know, that's how Eberflus play that defense, too. He rushed 4, and this year, you're going to see. I like what Parsons does at times at linebacker play and all of this stuff. But you're going to see some real linebacker play. That's all I'm going to say. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. Hell yeah.
Hey, appreciate that, big dog.
Good call from the 301. That's Brad, man. Hey, excuse me for being happy and optimistic about everything. Come on with it. Excuse me. But I just got to be crunk when I do these type of things because all last year, we've been lethargic. We just been slow to these type of things. Shoot. Let me see what we got right here. Okay. Okay. To a degree, it is, mad news, but I'm going to still report it. We got CJ news out here because if anything, and shout out to, if anything, let me see, boom. They got Osa out here signing stuff. Just to confirm, the Cowboys pulled the trigger on CeeDee Lamb contract restructuring, $20 million in cap room. Let me pull up what I got here far as this tidbit of information. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in to the nation. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. We got here from Pat No-C Walker. Appreciate him. He says, more roster news. The Cowboys, C.J. Goodwin has agreed to terms with the Cowboys with return for a 1-year deal for a new special team coordinator, Nick Sorensen, as a dominoes begin to fall following the extension of Osa contract. Now, C.J., there was a few games that I was like, hey, C.J., now we sacrificed a good pickup for you. Now, what was his name? Big Game James guy. Wood. What's his first name? Y'all put it in.
Sacrifice.
We sacrificed him so that you can be on his team. So it came down to that. So CJ do got some tape, but he got some bad tape. But we sacrificed, what's that guy's name? It was Jelani or some Jay Wood kid. And we cut him to keep CJ. And y'all like, man, it was kind of crazy. What was his name? Xavier Wood? Juju Wood. Yeah, Juju Wood. It wasn't Xavier. Yeah. But let's see who got the next caller on the line, man, from the 206. MJ, you're live on the Nation, man. How you feeling today, bro?
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing well, man, with 2 L's. Talk to me, man.
Well, everything's working out.
Yeah.
What's about to happen, I want y'all to check this out. This is happening.
What's going to happen?
Okay. They don't care about Gentry, y'all. I hate to tell y'all that.
Yeah.
They setting it up because the new halfback coach is in their ear. Hey, man, it's like 15 halfback. That's going to be explosive with us. So I know y'all like Gentry. Let's cut that out. They finna move back at least 2 to 3 times. Because if they do that, this time, they might have to give up 2 number 2s for your boy, Miles Garrett. That's what they're setting up. So they could come back and they got some, you see what I'm going with this? And then what just happened with the Rams pissed because now you let Devontae Adams lose. They're like, damn, you just missed about trade with the Cowboys.
Wait a minute. You said the Rams. Hold on. What you saying, though? What you saying?
The receiver from the Rams who you was talking about, Cooper
Kupp. Okay.
Yeah. Now they ain't got to give up that number 5. Because the Cowboys won this draft. Now they could go for Adams. The people that are going to go for Adams is going to be the Giants or the Cowboys. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, he did lament the fact that he will be willing to go back to Green Bay too, by the way.
Oh yeah, Green Bay.
And
so it's gonna be them 3. That's what you see what I'm saying. So Cooper Kupp, between Cooper Kupp and Adams gonna be playing for the Cowboys. Or our receiver, what's our boy used to play for us? They got traded to Cleveland.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah. It's going to be one of them 3 for the veteran. But what the Cowboys doing is setting up because they're about to make something big. The other guy y'all forgetting about is the Kansas City linebacker, number 52. He in the middle.
Are you talking about Nick Bolton? You talking about him. Yeah, I mean, I like his tape. I like what he can bring. He's a football savant. We won't be lacking of any details of what we can do on defense when you're talking about adding Matt Eberflus with our linebackers. Linebackers is his key. That's how he cut his teeth. So it's going to be good for us,
And you saying it right. And a lot of fans, the Cowboy is going to save number 11 legs. He ain't going to play DN every down. He's going to be playing linebacker too. He get to go rush from the middle, rush from the outside, and get some interceptions. He'll probably get 2 or 3 interceptions this year. He's going to have fun. Now, the two key pieces that they setting up for, I hate to say y'all this, Dan Quinn, and they may trade number 93 to us, and we may trade number 7.
Yeah. They're not finna trade. They're not finna trade Diggs though. But I give it what you're saying though.
Yeah. And then the corner, they want that Kentucky corner. Because he could play he's good in playing Uberfeast. Because I watched his tape, and he really good. He's playing off, and he know how to react. He don't get tricked, and he's fast. That's what they want.
No doubt. Man.
And then Miles Garrett, Allen, and the linebacker, them 3, one of them 3 is going to be on the Cowboys team. Miles or Allen or the linebacker from Kansas City is going to be the new piece. It might get 2 of them. I think we're going to get 2 of them.
No doubt,
that's going to be, and then they got that. That's why I say you trade 2 or 3 times, because when I did the trade, it keep everybody, and you saying it long, there's a lot of teams want to move to 12. They're going to be fighting. So this time, the Cowboys going to get them picks. They're going to let
they'll be fighting for that spot, man. You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying.
So now the Cowboys can get a number 2, a number 3, and a 4 from somebody. So they're going to get like 2 or 3 picks to get that receiver that y'all want. They want that corner for sure, and they want that halfback. There's so many halfbacks. So any halfback we get it's going to be a Junkins, Henderson, man, some dangerous halfbacks in this.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, MJ. Thank you for calling in, bro.
How about them Cowboys? And let's go. And hi, Angie. Angie, one of your favorite people on your line.
Man, appreciate you, man. And shout out to Angie for being one of the faves, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Good call from MJ. He do have a valid point, but we got some updated news that's going on right now. The Eagles done re-signed Saquon Barkley to a massive contract, and that's what they were freeing up money for, I believe, is to take care of their on over there. And I know a lot of people say, man, F that news, Law. We talking about the Cowboys. But as it pertains to that, the Eagles are rewarding Saquon Barkley with a 2-year deal of $41.2 million extension, making him the highest paid running back in the NFL history per sources. The deal make Barkley the NFL first 20+ million per year running back. Shout out to him and kudos and credence to him. They gonna put him on the Madden cover. They're going to put him on the Madden cover. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just saying, because Madden covers, man, shoot, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying, and I'm not wishing for anything. I'm just saying, are they going to put him on a Madden cover? All right, but speaking of that, when we start talking about, and that's a lot of money, Saquon Barkley, because the last time someone got a lot of money, they put him on a Madden cover. His name is CMC, and they restructured his contract, and I think that the Niners are still doing their thing, Put him on a Madden cover. Let's see what he can do from there. Ashton Genty, Omarion, Caleb, Travion, Brashard, Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Tutton, Ollie Gordon, R.J. Harvey, Hunter, Martinez, any of those, even Scatboo, DJ Giddens, any of those boys that the Cowboys decide to go out there and grab, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But don't y'all leave this draft without grabbing somebody. You better leave with one of them. That's what I'm going to say with that. You better be leaving with one of them. Let's go. Because at the end of the day, it is for what it is. Yeah. G West says, Law, get your damn back together. No, I'm just saying, is he going to be on the Madden cover? That's all I'm asking. Shoot, kudos and credence to him. Shout out to Saquon Barkley and all of his endeavors, and it's going to be something that we're going to look back at and say, all right, hey, they won a Super Bowl. Let's see if they can repeat and do things again with that particular situation. No hating and no wishing on anything. But I got from the 305, my guy, you live on the nation. What you got for me, man?
Good, Big Love. It was good. I'm not even going to get on this phone and bust your bubble today, man. I see everybody happy. You feel me? We got one little signing. I see everybody happy. So I'm not going to, but still the moment, right? I'm not going to spoil nobody's joy today, right? But it was a good pick. It was a good signing. We needed Osa back. Of course, looking at free agent, there's no three techs really out there but Milton. And Ken Law play 3, no?
What'd you say?
He played 301. Ken Law played 301.
301.
Technical, 1 technique.
Huh?
Ken Law, he played 3 technical, 1 technique.
Oh, well, he played the 1, and they had Quentin Williams playing the 3, but they were versatile on their front. Let me know in the chat if the audio is straight, because everything looked good on my end. If y'all are having difficulties.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm just talking to the audience right now. Log out and come back on, because everything is showing good green arrows here on my end, so we are not seeing any technical difficulties on my end. So just log out and come back in. But go ahead, bro.
My bad, bro. I'm gonna make it quick though. I think we need to try to get Ken Law, try to get a 1 technique in here, a veteran in here.
Yeah.
The matchup with Osa, I think that D-line will have Nealon, Ken Law, Osa, and Lawrence to start off the 4, for the run. I think that'd be a good front right there. Also, man, I really want to see Adams on this team. Like, I don't know about
Okay, Devontae Adams. So we on the same page with that. You know, yeah, we on the same page with that. You know, go ahead.
I really want to see him on this team. I think he will help a young receiver, whoever come in, if we draft later in the round, whatever. And he's going to also help CeeDee to even get even better, right? Because believe it or not, to me, CeeDee earned his money last year, man. I don't know if nobody noticed that, but to me, CeeDee earned his money last year. You feel me? He playing hurt. And he still got, 1,000 yards, right? Correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think he got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he still got 1,000 yards. So how the team was last year, the things we was going through, I feel like CeeDee earned his money last year. So I really would love to see Adams over there. But what I want to ask you, what about Dante? I think his name Dante Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. You talking about the DB, right?
Yeah. No, the receiver.
Jackson.
Johnson. His name Johnson. He played for Baltimore last year.
Okay.
I think he have a locker room problem. Like he got an attitude, but I don't know what's the word.
Yeah, he won't fit for the Cowboys then.
Yeah, he a problem child, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I really would love him because I know he got top end speed. Also, what you think about, I know he was hurt last year, but what you think about giving up a late pick for Mason from 49ers, a running back, to get us a veteran in here?
Jordan Mason, I wouldn't give up draft assets for that. Right now, the 49ers on crash and burn. So they're going to release a lot of guys after this draft to free up some money. They got to move stuff around to pay their $55 to $60 million quarterback. Yeah. But there's been two news cycling stories right here, and you may laugh because I think that you was part of that train. There's been news out there that the 49ers will scoop up Shedeur Sanders at pick 11 if he continue to slide, and if he don't get picked up by the 49ers, I think that Jerry Jones will convert back to his old ways because he can't turn down that type of money of being able to bring in a Shedeur Sanders here with the silver and blue and the star on the side of his helmet. Because if it's anybody that can take the risk of drafting Shedeur Sanders in the alleged, hey, this kid is already acting as if though he's better than sliced bread, which all of that is subjective, I would surely tell you guys that could be happening in the process. But I'm just putting that out there. You know, if he falls, if he slips in this draft, I don't see him going past pick number 12, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you just put a smile on my face, like, you know how I feel about that kid right there, man. Just the star power he brings to the locker room, is just going to be amazing. So maybe because I'm a young cut, man. I mean, no, we around the same age, so you should know, Lord. Don't act like you won't be happy if Shedeur come in this locker room, bro.
Hell no, because I want us to win now. I don't have time to babysit and watch people hold up their wrists. You know, come on with it.
I'm not saying take Dak away now. You know
no. But I'm just saying in general.
I want Dak to teach him. I want him to sit behind Dak, like I say, for 2-3 years. 2 years, you know, and learn from that. Learn how to be a pro. Because right now he is with his top horse right now. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose to make his, draft stock, drop down. But I would love to see that, bro. But like you said, I want to win today too. I just know that this is a rebuilding process. Believe it or not, the fans out there who don't know. I know we got a lot of money right now. Everybody going crazy. But understand this: we have to resign our guys.
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
So all the money we freeing up is to resign guys. So I just want to say that, man. It was a good signing today, man. I'm glad to see that happen. We really needed him, man. And I hope they continue, bro.
Yes, indeed. No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro. Peace.
Thank you for picking up, Law.
That's from the 305, man. If ever in Florida, I'm gonna hit him up. But Cowboy Nation, I'm just putting it out there, man. I'm only recycling what I heard. You know, I ain't being breaking news law over here. I'm only recycling what I'm hearing. You know, don't get mad at the messenger. Yeah, Shador will become RG knee. Ooh, Sanders equals Manziel. Kind of hype. Ooh, Animanium. Oh my gosh. I got from the 518. You in the building? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, Law? What's going on, man?
Man, it all is well. Can't complain, bro.
It's easy again. Yeah, Law. I want to ask you a question, man.
Go ahead.
What is wrong with Rico Dowdle? Like, could you pull up his stats from last year? Like, everybody's going so crazy. Like, Rico Dowdle was so bad. Like, we definitely need to get one early in the, as far as 12. And like I'm saying, like Rico Dowdle, he only really played like second half of the season. He started getting carries.
All right.
If you pull up the stats, you'll see for yourself. He's not that bad of a running back. Everybody's crying. They just want to see Ashton Jenkins on there. We looked at too much eye candy instead of looking at what we need. Okay, Linville Joseph leaving this year. Only just got signed. Who we got in our defensive tackle room besides Mozzie and Osa?
We brought back Rodgers. We brought him back. He's going to be on this situation. I don't know if Carlos Watkins here, but yeah, we brought back Rodgers though. We drafted him in 6.
Rodgers ain't really nobody, you know.
Yeah.
We doing. Yeah, we looking at the wrong thing. We can get a running back, but we can get him like later in the fourth, fifth round, maybe into the third. But we really need defensive tackles, man. That room is really empty. Nobody's looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's paying attention to that. That's why the Cowboys not even paying attention to Ashton Jenkins. They know we got more needs before we really need that running back.
Yeah, you can't solidify all your needs in this draft. Yeah, you're gonna have to play around with it. So yeah, he had 1,000 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and he averaged 4.6 yards per tote, and he played he didn't play the entirety of the 40s of the season. But the thing is, he's a free agent right now. His market value is right at $6.7 million. So are you willing to say to yourself, let's see what he get in the open market? This is what I would do with Rico. Let's see what he can get in the open market. And if no one willing to tap dance with him, then he have to come back with hat in hand, and then we start working out that deal. But I would be not in the wheelhouse of paying Rico for what he's wanting on the open market. Unfortunately, man, I feel your battle cry for Rico, but I don't think that's the case in the scenario that the team is willing to do that.
It's not. I'm not saying really. I'm just saying that we have more needs that's really needed that we really need to fill in before we think about a running back. Like we need a running back definitely, especially one that's maybe somebody that we can work on, that we can we can make them better or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But also we need that veteran leadership. But we definitely need to fill up that defensive tackle room, man. Like Ashton Jenkins can't stop the run. He can run all day, everything. He can do all that stuff, but he stop the opposite team from scoring on us? That's everybody feeling good.
The whole ideology of Genty is not just Genty, but it's the mindset that I want the Cowboys to really tap in with their identity, not just Genty. So Marion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, Brashard Smith, Quinshawn Judkins, even the Dylan Sampson kid. I like him. Fast little blazer. He got more short area quickness than vertical, I guess, straight up speed or what have you. But I'm looking at those boys that can bring in, that can do something for us. Even Tut to a degree. We better not go into this draft and saying, okay, let's just find someone in the 6th or the 7th round. Look, let's not do that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We definitely need one of those guys. Marion Hampton, one of those guys. We also got to look into the defensive tackle room, seriously, Lord. Like, we really thin in that area. Nobody's addressing that. Nobody's even talking about that. So we signed Osa and Mozzie, then who else?
That's what I ultimately believe, fam. That's why we freed up over $20 million. So we freed up that money so we can go out here and bring, some more reinforcements in. So when we go into this draft, bro, from Brooklyn, A to Z, from Brooklyn, when we get into this draft, we won't be drafting
Right.
on an empty stomach. We putting something on it.
Right.
So that's how I'm looking at this situation.
Right, you right, definitely, man. That's all I really want to say, Law. I just want to make that noticeable, man. Like, we really need to start looking at other positions also. That's a need, man.
Right.
Like, early. Like, we don't want no late round, like a guy that's like, we want a guy that's really like Mason Graham or one of those guys that's really up there. Somebody that can really make a difference, like right now. You know what I'm saying? And to go along with a veteran tackle, that would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Because Oster's not, he's all right. But let's get real. He's not gonna cut as far as being like, a difference maker like that, man. Like he's always been all right. He's been good since the day we drafted him, but he's not a difference maker like these other guys that we see. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. He's not like that. You see what I'm saying? So we need some guys like that on our team, man.
No doubt, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, man. Appreciate you.
Okay, yeah, Lord. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. That's all I really wanted to say, man. And how about those Cowboys, baby?
How about them, man? Yeah, my God, man. I know y'all getting bored chilling with them. I know you miss my thuggin'. Yeah, man, Brooklyn. Yeah, man, shoot. He sounds just like him, don't he? I know you getting bored. Murder. Well, y'all crazy in the chat. But, man, shout out to my guy. I just want us to adopt the identity of what we trying to bring, and that's physicality. Yeah. So, with that being said, man, I got DC from the 972. Then I got my guy Point Dexter from the 409. So let's get it. Somebody said, where 50 at? Come on, man. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy up in this thing. All right. So we're going to let the next caller in. DC Cowboy, man, from the 972, man. What you got, bro?
What's going on there, Law?
Man, all is well, man. Can't complain.
Hey, I'm calling about, I'm looking at the linebacker, the one that you showed, Campbell.
Jihad.
Where in the draft?
What you say?
Where is he at in the draft, Campbell?
I think that, he probably be, you can probably argue that he probably be right behind or maybe right in front of Jalen Walker. I think that he's a little bit more of a complete linebacker than a Jalen Walker, but Jalen Walker, he's going to give you more of a edge rushing type of thing. But Jihad Campbell will probably be your most complete linebacker in this draft.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the tape that you showed on Campbell, and to me, I mean, he fits. He's a perfect fit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a perfect fit for Matt Eberflus. He'll be a terrible pick for Dan Quinn. You get what I'm saying? Or even to a degree of what Mike Zim was running last year. I think that for what the Cowboys do, Jihad Campbell is a perfect match for what we do.
I mean, the video you showed on him, man, his coverage.
Mm-hmm.
I love his coverage. I mean, and that's a big part of being a linebacker. If you could cover,
hit,
oh man,
feel, and you can squeeze him. Look, he can squeeze through A gap. I seen him squeeze through B. He can play on the edge, control the C. So I like Campbell. And he comes from a good background, Roll Tide, So I think that, when you bring him, if the Cowboys, I just don't, here's my thoughts, though. I just don't like him at 12 now,
Right.
Yeah, I don't like him at 12. I would love to get him at pick number 2 for us. But it's crazy. He'd probably be gone by that time frame.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, because he as good as he looked on the video, I don't think he's gonna be there for Dallas. So, but on Genty,
mm-hmm.
I mean, people need to realize his talents. I mean, he's an elite running back.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is something. This by getting him, this would sit Dallas. I mean, this is the missing piece
mm-hmm.
of the Dallas offense. I mean, Rico is good,
right?
But he's not no Genty. I mean, Genty is like a Tony Dorsett. When Tony Dorsett was coming in, I mean, an electric player, electrified player, and he's going to bring a lot of juice to the offense that they need, and a lot of distraction. He's going to open up a lot of doors for CeeDee Lamb. I'll put it that way, and Dak Prescott. But we need a receiver to go along with CeeDee. But Gentry, people they're going to see if he go to Philadelphia, Gentry could do the same thing that Barkley did this past season with that line that Philadelphia has. He could do it. He go in and do the same thing. He could get 2,000 yards, the same as Barkley, and that's what people need to realize, that that's the type of back that Gentry is, a Saquon Barkley type back.
Well, I think that the impact of a running back is going. It never went away, but it's being more visible. I'm just going to say this: let Gentry earn his own stripes before we put him in that room. But I get where you're going at as far as the Saquon Barkley conversational piece. But I would say that look, we can just sit back and wait. Now, if you feel firm and believe that, then hey, trust me, I take your word for that. But I'm more of the belief that we bring Gentry in, let him get his feet wet, and then we can start talking about those things once we see the results.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying if he was behind that line of the Eagles, they got a dominant line,
right?
And his quickness and and his explosiveness,
right?
He can get to 2,000 yards. In my opinion,
right?
So
true.
And another thing, Dallas need a secondary. Defensive back bad. That's a weakness.
We doing real bad at that spot. You right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's all I was calling for. I was just trying to check on the linebacker.
No doubt.
Campbell. I watched the video, man. He's a awesome player.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you for watching. Unfortunately, I couldn't post it on YouTube, so that let me know that you watched me from other platforms, and I really appreciate that, bro.
Okay, all right. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Good call from my guy, DC Cowboy. I love to know that, man, I get people from different platforms to tune in, and even though, primarily I'm here on YouTube, but I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and then as well as the X app and Lord knows the Kick app and a whole bunch of other platforms. So I really appreciate knowing people that show their love and adulations when I'm everywhere, man. I got Point Dexter, then I got J May from the 774. But Point Dexter, man, you're live on the nation, man, from the 409. What you got for me?
What's up, David? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. I can't complain.
I know that's right. You know what I thought about the Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I seen some of them, but they had a big old battle, man. They had everybody standing out. They was ready to fight.
Right.
And this dude inadvertently lets go an arrow. And it starts the whole fight. And the dude's like, and so it starts. So last year, at this time, we was talking the talk.
Right.
This year, looks like we starting to walk the walk. We are talking about movement now. We're not talking about if we're going to be all in and listening to Jerry Jones and stuff. So this is the start right now. Now, hopefully we'll get active in the free agency. People said, oh, you got stung by a Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr was a good pick. That was a good pickup in free agency. It did not work out. But at the time, nobody said that was a bad pick. That was a bad free agent to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, you have to be active, and you got to start making these moves, So now we're getting started. Hopefully, we'll start making the moves in March that we should have made last March. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is that we can be critical of things, but you have to. One thing you can't be critical of is that you are making the moves. You are making the moves to make your team better. Now, you're going to hit sometimes, you're going to miss sometimes.
Right.
But you have to make the moves. Last year, we did not make any of the moves. So hopefully this year, you make the moves in free agency. You make the right moves in the draft. You get the people in the camp with your new coaching staff to coach them up and get ready for a season. This is what you do. So long as they doing these things, I'm not gonna nitpick on the, on the specifics and whatever.
Right.
You doing what you're supposed to do, and at least we getting in March to talk about movement, to talk about restructuring contracts, to talk about signing players, whether it's your players or whether there's free agents out there in the market that you're signing. Then you put these bad boys together, get them with your coaching staff, get you like you say, a run first philosophy, or we're gonna be smash mouth philosophy, or whatever it is.
That's gonna be the
but
key.
At least we'll, at least we're moving toward that this year. We're not sitting up here listening to the talk. At least this year we're walking the walk, and so it starts. So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this though. With that being said, you've been on this earth for a long time, right?
Yeah.
That means you encountered, before you probably jumped the broom or what have you. You encountered someone that you was with, but you was like, she's nice, but I really don't want to settle with her yet, And so I'm going to only give her little things, but not everything. And I'm thinking that the Cowboys ultimately, they were looking at Mike McCarthy from a point of view like, yeah, he cool and all, but I don't like the way he smells. I don't like the way he sleep. I don't like the way he snores. I don't like the way he, walk around. I don't like the way he talk. I don't like the way he move. I don't like the way he dress. I don't like the way he say just like anything. So even if we try to give him a lot of stuff, that's going to keep him here. I'd rather act like I'm with him, but the moment he mess up, I'm gone. I'm looking for a way out. I think that's what's the situation on why the Cowboys really didn't go all the way in with going out and doing those things. I could be 1,000% wrong, but it feels as if, though, it's one of those relationships last season. And now that they're in this new relationship, they're saying, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna give this the ultimate opportunity. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
Man, why are you sitting up here talking about my life, man? I've been married 4 times, okay? I know all about that. I can't stand you, Lord. All these old rules and stuff. I've been up here going back. I can't stand you, man. But I will tell you, I have a wife of 20-some years, 25 years, man, and God sent her to me, and I've been truly, truly blessed. I do understand your point, man. I do understand
but you talk about the previous 30 years, the 30 years, not the 25, because I don't want to get you in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we sponsored by Frenkel and Frenkel, but I would love to bring on a divorce court lawyer to be sponsored into this session too. Yeah, so any divorce court lawyers, hey, we can have a segment for y'all. But what I'm getting at is that the one that you jumped across the broom with, you're like, yeah, she the one. I'm going to make sure I go and get on that knee. It's a humbling thing to get on that knee and make sure you propose to her with the great things that you're going to provide for her. But the other one, you was like, man, you know what? The moment she say something offline, I'm going to make sure I get rid of that one,
Oh, man, I can't stand you, boy. But okay, I'll go back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
At least we'll walk in the walk this year.
Yeah.
At least in March we're talking about making moves instead of talking about making moves. You know what I'm saying? So at least March 4th.
Yeah.
And so it starts. And hopefully it'll keep rolling. You know what I mean? Because like you said, we want to get active in free agency.
Yeah.
We want to be able to go to the table in the draft and not be hungry. You know what I'm saying? We want to go to the table in the draft and not be hungry. Because everything is, like I say, everything is a crapshoot. But once you make the moves that you're supposed to move, and then you get in the camp and you got everybody signed, you got your free agents, you got your draft picks, you can let these coaches coach these boys up. get a philosophy. We're going to run the ball. I'm not out on the offensive line. You know, everybody's like, we bet. Man, I think the offensive line just need to be coordinated, that we need to have the best sum of our parts. You know what I mean? Our parts are not, you know, everybody said, people try to say people trash or garbage. I don't really think they garbage. I just don't think they good at working together yet. And I think if you get the right coaching and then you get the right scheme, they'll be just fine. I really do. You know, I really do. You know, we talk about the draft or we go, you know, lineman or whatever. You got Osa, you got Mozzie. I need that big-bodied veteran to teach them boys and let them boys blossom like they're supposed to. You know what I mean? So, like I say, that's my philosophy. Whatever the philosophy is, I just hope they have something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the way you've built a winning franchise, is to let people do what they're supposed to do. Bring the free agents in you're supposed to be in. Get the draft supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Let the coaches coach. Don't be in training camp worried about who we going to sign, if this going to happen, and all this old kind of stuff. So you can have these people together, and if somebody washes out in the training camp, then you can go out there and get somebody.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
There you
You'll
go.
be ahead of the curve. We've been behind the curve so long, man. It feels kind of good to be a little bit ahead. It really does. It feels good to be ahead of that. But I appreciate you opening up them old wounds. And like I say, I am so happy because God sent a woman to me that's made especially for me, and I've been in bliss ever since. Been 20 years and never had to raise my voice for anything. So God is good. You okay?
All the time, man.
You got to keep. You got to kiss some frogs to get a princess, okay? Hey, man, let me
appreciate you, man.
How about them?
He can't do it. Yes, indeed. All right, bro. Appreciate you. He can't even do it. All right, bro. You have a good one. We got Poindexter. I miss Poindexter. I hope the lady wasn't on his side. She said, "You better speak me up." She probably started pinching him. Yeah, he part of the 3 Rings crew. You know, y'all know about them 3 rings. Come on with it. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and finally the suffering. That boy signed up for them 3 rings over there. That boy. She had a whole head on his arm. She probably pitched it hard on you. Said, "You better be loving this." Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Somebody said, "Now what them 3 rings are, Law?" Yeah. Engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering.
This is where we hold them. This is where
my gosh, boy. Yeah, shoot. All right, I got J-May, man, for the 774. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. You know, what you got?
Man, you just ripped off a couple of Band-Aids on Poindexter, man. He's going to be he's going to have some old wounds, man. You guys are wild, man.
Poindexter. This is his 4th marriage, but he's been married to her for 20 years now. So,
That's it. I know this ain't going to be a popular call, man, but I just wanted to ask you your opinion on, you know, if some things to fall into place and we were to get Genty, are you comfortable enough without offensive line to? I know he's a great talent, but I mean I'm just worried about having the same issues as Saquon did in New York. You know what I mean? Our offensive line wasn't moving anybody off that line last year.
To be fair, when Saquon was in New York, you can't even probably name the wide receiver that was there, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah. And Tyler Smith is light years ahead of, I believe, anybody that they had in their offensive line. And then they had, for a long stay, Daniel Jones, and it was just crazy what Saquon had to deal with in the Giants. And then ultimately, they didn't really have well, I can't wait for my Super Friends show again to talk to Bad Dog about this, but they really didn't have no scheme there too. So they were like a broken down version of what we were last season, even more, So I think that we are okay,
Fair enough. That's why I ask you, man. Your opinion really counts, And if I can just pick your brain one more thing, we know Jerry Jones, how he likes to play his games as far as signing contracts. With all the drama, sign them right before the season starts. But do you see hopefully anything getting done with Micah before any of the training camps and everything like that starts?
I think that this will get done before that time frame, bro. I think that we going to get some deals, things, and all of that stuff going, bro. I think we're going to get it done, bro, for real. Because by us moving, we moving around for something. We just don't move $20 million around and don't do anything with it,
Facts. I appreciate you again, man. You make the workday fly by, man. And just keep up the outstanding work, man. We're all proud of you, brother. We love the moves you're making, man. Thank you so much for everything, brother.
Thank you, Jamie, man. Appreciate you, man, for the 774. I truly believe, say how y'all feel, man, and I get the skeptics of Ashton Genty. But, man, this is the thing that I'm going to be looking for next year. I'm going to be looking at what he going to do in a uniform. And I'm going to be looking at Boise State, whoever the other running back is. I'm not a told you so guy. But next year, going into this season, I'm going to be a told you so guy. I'm going to be a told you so. If Genty don't get hurt and he go into a team that know how to utilize and use a running back. I ain't talking about going into a team that lines up a shotgun and run out of that. But there's two things I'm going to be looking for. The running back that's going to be behind Genty, coming out of Boise or at Boise, whoever the other running back is, if he ain't doing what Genty is doing, I want y'all to hush with all of that. Hey, man, he was the conference, because if that's the case, whoever the backup running back is now at Boise, they should be doing the same thing. They should be doing the same thing. And I'll be looking at Genty. And every touchdown he scored, I'm going to be reminding folks, yeah, he was trash, y'all. Yeah. Running backs don't matter. Because that's what I'm going to be looking at. That's what I'm going to be looking at. But if Genty is here, I truly believe that we can still continue to build around that. Or even if it's a Marion Hampton, I'm looking for a philosophy, you know what I'm saying, of us running the ball. This is how I'm going to be feeling, though, how that brother, when he put that last piece in on there, they got a little head of a, but let's imagine that being Genty right there. And yeah, that's exactly how we're going to be looking when we put that Genty stone in there. Because at the end of the day, I think that the Cowboys been voided of having a running back on this team. I get what most people say about Ezekiel Elliott. 2016, 2017, he was robbed. He never looked the same. And then 2018, he was still recovering. The NFL messed Ezekiel Elliott up. And he never recovered, in my opinion, of being the I love football guy. Just look at it. I want y'all to pull up on your spare time. You don't have to take my words for it. Pull up 2016, just the image. You don't have to look up the tape. Just look at the person, Ezekiel Elliott, 2016. And you look at the person of Ezekiel Elliott 2018, and you can see that his soul looked like it was snatched from him, But I got from the 202, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
How about them Cowboys, y'all?
Yes, indeed. Let's go. Yeehaw.
We got some movement. That's good.
Yeah, life.
Some creative cat space. But this is for day 2 issues I'm going to raise. One, DJ Giddens. I think it's. I mean, he falls right into the family.
Right.
You have you have the offensive line coach. You have BB, and you have Mighty Mouse Deuce Vaughn. But he also has speed. He ran a 4.43. So you could capture the edge, which is an issue with Rico Dowdle. I'm just saying you need to be able to capture that edge. And if you have the 12 personnel, 13 personnel in, you could work wonders. And even using, when they use CeeDee Lamb, running out, whether it's a jet sweep or a toss.
Right.
I mean, it opens up once you get the defensive linemen, like you filthy team, if you make them run laterally, that's not their strength. So if you could, I just want you to comment on that, and then I have one on Shedeur Sanders. But if you could comment on that, on how you could use the personnel, because the defense has to make changes as well. So they're not going to have their same personnel in when you're running a 12 and 13. But could you comment on that a little bit, and how you see this playing out?
On our defensive linemen or on the
with our offense, if we have a speed back, you can use Genty as well.
Right.
But I just wanted to see, as opposed to Rico Dowdle, because Dowdle has 4.5 speed. He's good between the tackles, but you're not going to capture the edge all the time with him.
Yeah. He rarely captures the edge. He have not 1 yard, nor a single yard over 30 yards in the game. So, but hold on, I got a super chat that the AI about to read out.
$9.99. Yeah. How much money do they need to set aside for the draft picks? Thanks for getting me through the offseason. Your content is like therapy for my mind. DC4L. Unfortunately, I think Genty be gone.
Yeah, it's Johnny Blue. Appreciate you for your support. I would definitely get into that. But with that being said, Big Amish, my guy didn't have breakaway speed, so that's why he didn't have no plays at all over 30 yards. And the holes were there for those things to happen. It's just that I think that Rico is a short area quickness guy, but it explained that's why he only had 2 rushing touchdowns last season when he got the bulk of the shares of the carry. So what I would do here, if Rico is re-signed back with the Cowboys, he'll be a good bridge guy, but he won't be the ultimately guy that touches the ball the most. I would draft the running back, any of those guys, Dylan Sampson or the Iowa State running back, Caleb Johnson. The list goes on. Amarion Hampton, one of the Ohio State boys. I'll give them the bulk of the shares of the carries, and I'll have Rico as a pitch relief guy.
Yeah, we need those explosive plays.
Right.
Capturing that edge. No, I hear you. That's great. Hopefully that pans out. But I also want to see DJ Giddens on the team.
Oh yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah. I like DJ. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's fast. He's big. I'm just looking at what Clayton Adams ran in with Arizona, just with the 2 bigger backs, and he seems to fit that mold. He's not maybe as heavy, but he's close enough.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", 215, but he runs a 4.43. So. Nothing to sneeze at. Shedeur Sanders, man, did you open up a conspiracy theory for me? But, man, if he falls to 12, or if San Francisco, if they're in negotiations with Brock Purdy,
right
now if they sign Brock Purdy, they're not going to. Well, they could still pick him at 11. I'm not saying they don't, but it sure makes it less likely that they would. But, man, if he falls to 12, you're absolutely right. I mean, and if Ashton Genty's there, I don't know how you pass up Sanders, only because of what he brings. I mean, all this, it's the X factor.
Yeah.
Right? All multiplier of all these other things. And maybe you get Dion somehow. But no, the conspiracy theory on this is amazing. I would love that. Nothing against Dak Prescott. I mean, we also have to protect the Cowboys. If something happens to him, is that the insurance policy? Because his cap hit isn't going to be much, and he would make a ton of money in endorsements. He would love to come to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He would make more in endorsements than he would on his salary. But what are your thoughts really on if it comes down to Sanders and Genty, or any of these top other players, but you have Sanders and any other top player who you think falls to 12. What happens at that point? What you really believe, Jerry Jones?
I think that Jerry will if it's Jerry Jones, he probably lean on the money aspect of it and how much attention that warrants. Or if it's Stephen Jones, he's probably going to lean on the football player. So we're going to see that power struggle, and we'll hear news and noise about that. Now, if the Cowboys decide to trade back off of that pick, because there will be teams that sit there and say to themselves, hey, we would love to. It could be a blessing in disguise for us, too. You know, it'd be a team that probably say, hey, we'll give you the sun and the moon for that 12th spot because we really value Shador. We think he can be a day one starter. Then you can fit back and say, okay, all right, well, what you got as far as assets on your team now, or what do you have as willing to like next year's first? That can all happen right there being at that spot at 12 because that's still a sweet spot. But what you got to do is, we have so many inefficiencies on this roster that we got to fill in the avoided areas, and we can't just go in this first round without drafting someone and leading out with someone because you only have 15 to maybe 16 true first-rounders, and you don't want to get out of that.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. You're spot on that one. So let's see what they do, but and let's see what the rest of free agency brings us. Maybe some pieces fall into place, but it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen at 12.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. That's big homage from the 202.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them?
Cowboys.
Yeah, about them. Yes, indeed. That's big homage, man. Yeah, you know, that's how you look at it. If you're looking at it from that aspect of it. Parlay it, get multiple draft picks for it, but don't get too cute. Don't get too cute. And this is all like we speculating, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Saquon got extended. Yeah, we talked about that. Kudos and credence to the Eagles now. You know, they moved some money around to get him. So they cut some good veterans on their team, and we'll see what we're going to do down the stretch. I got from the 971, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Oh, how you doing?
Man, doing great, man. What you got?
Oh, nothing. Just want to holler at you. Yeah, man. So it's all good, baby. It's all good. Finally fun. You finally won the war on my boy. So my boy is out of here. Trey Lance gone.
Yeah, he gone. You know what I'm saying?
He on the green to pasture. So
yeah.
I saw that you ran game on him. You ran game on him with the drummer you pulled.
What I do?
With the contract shit.
What you made? What you made?
No, you in bed with the Jones, ain't you?
Well, I gotta be in bed with the Jones. If they ain't paying me enough to be in the bed with them, because there ain't no money that I'll pay. There's no money that I'll receive to be in the bed with the Joneses. Now, come on with it.
You try to run game on the contract. You sign somebody to too much money, and then now you don't have a backup plan. Then you come back and lie to us. You came out last week and said we're gonna drop the quarterback. After you came out, you try to sign him for an undisclosed amount, which is because the cap is the other dude's contract is too high, so you got to restructure to 37 to try to free up some money. But if this don't pan out with these injuries, things like that, you said you want to back up, drop the quarterback because you messed up the other deal with this guy. So I've been saying I don't think anybody in there can help this offense. Maybe Milroe, I don't know. His accuracy may be a little bit off, but I do see his running ability. But other than that, man, y'all just chalk this up, and just ride on the defense, man. Ride on the defense. You know, get your defense together. Work on your secondary in the draft. You know, trade back. Pick up 2 more starters. Try to pick up 5 starters. Other than that, man, I don't see this offense doing anything. I mean, if you're gonna try to come out and run the same scheme you did last year,
man, it's a whole different team, man. We're far away from Jeff Blasco's and Mike Solari. We got Clayton Adams. We got Connor Riley, who had a conference where he was at top 10 in offense. Okay. And so I look at it like this. This is a whole type of different team that we're looking at, and hopefully the money that we free up, we can do a little free agent moves here JP, and everything could work its way out. But here's my thing: is you see you don't like the truth when I tell it to you, and now that you hear, you didn't like the truth. You respected the truth, but you wanted to argue with me. You wanted to argue. You wanted to argue with me on my truths. You see, and that's what got you right here where you at now. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. I'm calling you out because you in trouble with me. Brookhaven's in the house. You in trouble with me.
How? How, Sway?
You don't have no backup plan behind QB.
They did. They said they're going to draft the quarterback in this particular draft. On top of that, they still have Will Greer as a backup over here that signs to a futures contract. So they okay with what they got. They going to let Cooper Rush and Trey Lance see the market.
You okay with that?
Well, they said they're going to draft a quarterback, so you still you got 10 draft picks, so they still going to bring in a guy. But what I believe that the Cowboys should do ultimately is to go into this free agent market and still bring in a veteran quarterback.
Let me ask you a question. What kind of offense are you going to run?
They running a run-first offense. This is going to be the good old Marty ball.
You mean handing the ball off from the shotgun?
No, that's Mike McCarthy. You know, we're not finna do this. It's gonna be power formation, power I. Come on with it, man. We're gonna do a more power call.
We're going pro. Okay.
Pro style, a little power. You know, it ain't gonna be no wishbone, but it's gonna be a little power scheme. Yeah.
Okay, so you trust that? Is that gonna be to keep up with Philly and Washington?
Well, we
25, 35 points a game. So
yeah, we're not worried about Washington. We beat them last year with Walmart All-Stars and Cooper Rush. So we ain't worried about Washington, you know.
Let me ask you this question. So you trying with Dak getting up on the center, then running play action with his health, and then trying to outsmart the defense?
Hell yeah, man. I'm fine with that, JP. You know, at the end of the day, we fine with that.
You know what? We're going to talk about that all season. We got all season.
Got all off season, man. I appreciate you for calling in.
You know what the off season going to be? How's his health? That's what it's going to be about.
Well, you going to see him throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball just the other day to some girls and stuff, man. So he looked like he could still throw the ball.
Black football league?
Yeah.
Oh,
but, man, I appreciate you for calling in, JP.
Hey, love you, Brookhaven in the house. Hey, pork chops and green beans, baby.
No doubt, man. He wants swine and green beans. All right, let me do this.
The conference has been locked.
I got the 607 and we got the 304. 607, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law, man?
Yo,
finally some positivity when it comes to the Cowboy Nation. This is what we've been waiting for. Jerry is finally stepping up. CeeDee Lamb getting us $20 million, signed OG. This is where we get excited. Like, we've been waiting for this. Like, we're waiting for them to make moves. It's good progression. We're treading in the right way. Why is everybody calling you just with this negative energy? Like, we're doing things we didn't do in the past years. We're restructuring people's contracts and everything. Like, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, we heading in a better direction than what we were last season. Yeah, we surely are, you know. Yeah.
And everybody, this is the thing that kills me. Everybody's acting like this Devo was such a big signing. Like, he's not all that in a bag of chips. Like, he's always hurt. Like, okay, yeah, he's going there number 2, but what has he done? He's a gadget player. He just, someone comes out the backfield? I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, Lord. But I'm just saying, man, in the end, we're progressing. We got some good life. We're going to get a quarterback in the draft. I don't know why everybody's bringing up a backup quarterback. But we're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, like, everybody's talking, come on, man. Like, let's just get it straight and have that swagger Cowboys fans supposed to have.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's bring it back, because I best believe when we go into the season, we ain't going to be worried about Washington and Philly. We're going to show what we need to show. Like, come on, Dallas Nation, let's just do this.
No doubt, man. Hey, we getting a little static on the line. Let me know how about them Cowboys before I let you go.
How about them Cowboys, man?
How about him, man, from the 607? All right. Hey, Lo from the 304. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, what's good? What's good? What's good?
Man, all is well. I can't complain, bro. What you got for me?
Hey, look, man, you know, I'm always coming with a realistic point of view.
Go ahead.
If you're asking me, we're going to give a D tackle. Never made a Pro Bowl. Never had 10-plus sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a good run stopper. $58 million guaranteed.
I thought it was 52. It's 58?
Now, I saw 58. Now, if it's 52, even still, $52 million guaranteed. 4 years with $80 million, right?
I mean, they got, yeah. He's the 14th highest paid defensive tackle. So is that a deal or no deal? It's just like 13 other players that, you know, what you want from them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you wanted to get paid less than that?
No, I would have let him walk. I wouldn't have paid him that money because this is the problem. He hasn't proven anything. We're paying if you take him off of Dallas and you put him somewhere else,
he'd be the 14th. He'd be the 14th. He'd be the 14th paid defensive tackle, right?
A rotational player. I get it. We're signing our own guys. That's something we've always done. Let's not discredit that. But at the same time, we cannot win with this team. We did not win with this team last year. We cannot win. We cannot come back with the same guys and expect us to have a better record than last year. If anything, we would have been 8-9, 8-10, whatever we're playing right now.
Yeah.
Dak would have got us one more game because the offense was terrible. The defense couldn't stop anybody with Osa. So come on, let's be realistic here. I don't agree with the signing, but
let me ask you this. Who do you want?
You can go in the draft. I would rather have gone in the draft, or I would have gone with somebody a little bit more proven. The last D tackle that I saw was proven. Of course, he's with the Eagles. He was a free agent.
You think Milton Williams is? You talking about Milton Williams? Is he more proven than Osa?
It's pretty much the same statistics. And,
right.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's younger.
I mean, Osa he's only 25, 26. He's still young.
And the other boy is what?
He's 25, 26 himself, I believe. So we talking about splitting hairs.
He was like 23, 24.
I mean, what you want? What you want to get like an extra cookie for him to be that age? And what you gonna do? Because he's still gonna have to play out through his contract, right? Because you're not gonna sign him for another year, right? Anyway, you know.
Well, we already know what Osa is. We already know what Osa is.
And you don't know who Milton Williams is without a Carter, without Jordan Davis, without that particular Vic Fangio, right?
Well, I definitely agree with you. But if we can get him on a cheaper contract, and we can give it, and he's younger on a cheaper contract, and he's already proven to be a disruptor as a sack artist, not an artist, but a sack DT, and he can play the run pretty well. So I just look at it from a perspective of we already know what Osa is. Osa is always, for every season, we get to game 8. Since Osa has been in the league with the Cowboys.
And how many different coordinators he had since he been in the league?
That does not matter. Effort is what matters.
Okay.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Different D coordinators. Okay, cool. But your effort is what matters. It doesn't matter it doesn't necessarily matter who your D coordinator is, but it does matter what effort you put on the field. By game 8, he tailors off every single year. That contract is going to look real ugly in the next year or two.
City could charge
Hold on for a second.
Law, what is this caller talking about? Thinking face.
Sadiq want to know, what are you thinking about? What you talking about? Thank you for the support, Sadiq. So she's saying, what are you talking about, bro? Because he did sign a real team-friendly deal because he's not going to go against the cap as much. But what you saying, let him walk for who, though? For the unknown?
Hey, that's why you have a scouting department. That's why you have these free. That's why you have a cap man. That's why you have a scouting department to go find your players. We get tied up because I'm the same way. I don't want my Dallas Cowboy players to go. I want them in and pay them, but I want it to be reasonable. To me, you pay him this money and he hasn't proven anything.
Well, I'm saying is with that notion, he's the only guy that's on this defensive line that's been here, right? So you would rather go into the unknown, right? That would be the unknown of the unknown, or bringing in somebody who probably work out, who probably don't, based off of what. Hold on, I got another super chat.
Whose man's is this?
Darren Poe says, "Who man is this?" They killing you, A. Lou. They killing you in the name of good support too. Yeah, they throwing tomatoes all at you, bro. Because at the end of the day, you got to give me who. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the list pulled up. I got Sheldon Rankins. I got B.J. Hill, DJ Jones. I got Sebastian Joseph. I got Ken Law. You can still go get Ken Law, by the way. Greg Gangs. You got John Jenkins. Who do you want?
You can give me 3 of them for that money.
Get
3 of them. Get 3 of them. Draft one in the 3rd round and rotate them with Mozzie. You can't. I'm telling you. I already know what he's going to do. He's going to from game 1 to game 8. He's going to look good. He's going to have 6 sacks. He's going to have at least 3 or 4 stops behind the line.
Mm-hmm.
By game 9, 10, 11, from there on, he disappears. Every single year, he disappears.
And who fought?
They running right down our throat. No, they're running right at him.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure they running at Osa?
Oh yeah.
Or they running at Parsons?
Line,
yeah, they're running at Parsons or Osa.
No, they're running away from Parsons and they're running at Osa.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that tape and film, man. But I feel your sentiments on Osa being on the negative side of the deal. But I'm also looking at it that's a moot point, man. He's going to be here for the next 4 years. His contract is very serviceable. It's not going to be in the way. I know the big numbers may scare a lot of folks away, but the NFL had an all-time increase, and I know you know about the money. They had the all-time increase in revenue and production. The salary cap will increase. And for right now, he only counting $6 million against the book this season. You can't beat that.
I mean,
anybody else you sign would probably count more. Yeah.
It sounds good. I'm not, like I said, it sounds good. I just wouldn't have gave him the money. I'd have let him move on. Somebody could have paid him that. We'd have got a compensation.
The Eagles. The Eagles would love to pay him $6 million.
Cool.
The Eagles.
Go. He would have been a rotational, like I said.
Yeah.
He would have been a rotational guy.
And then we've been talking about, damn, we could have kept Osa because he would have been, because just like people want Milton Williams, they'd been like, damn, man, look at the Eagles, man. They got a rotational guy in like Osa. And there's nothing wrong with rotating Osa even with us because I think that's the plan of what they're going to do here.
If that's the plan, you have to get another D tackle that is good or better than Osa.
I mean, he's by far one of your better 3 techs out there. I don't think that there's another 3 tech that's out there that's better than Osa. Simmons is already taken. Christian Barmore, he's better than Christian Barmore, by the way. And Chris Jones, he's unbelievable good, and he's not out there on the free market. So I think that when you're looking at 3 techs, Osa is by far one of your better ones out there. I don't think can somebody in the chat name me a better 3 tech that's available right now? That's available.
That's available. I don't have that written down, but guess what? Law, I'll come. You know what? I'll do my research, and I'll come to you with 3 or 4 more better players, or you could have divided that money up 3 or 4 different ways that would have actually supplemented what he actually does. His production does not warrant that contract.
Bro, all I can say is before I let you go, Elu, we got a lot of holes. It makes no sense to create another one, right? Because we ultimately need a 1 tech, right? So if we can find a 1 tech, then we be okay. I love the production of what he can bring as far as pressures and getting quarterback hits. Yes, he needs to increase on run stopping and as well as giving us a little bit more in sacks. But outside of what he brings to the table, I think it would be beneficial for the Cowboys to just go find another 1 tech to marry up with Osa, and everything else would be good.
Okay, I agree with you in a sense. Also, he's a rotational guy, right? Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I agree with rotating Osa in if it's given a situation that is going to help his productivity out. Yeah.
Okay, so we actually rotated him with both coordinators, and we still were giving up like over 100 yards a game.
Well, put it like this. I'm old enough to remember. Hold on. Jonathan Allen and what's the other Bama boy? Deron Payne, right? Those are considered studs at run stopping, right? All I seen last year is they couldn't stop a nosebleed under Dan Quinn's system. So are those boys trash?
Oh, no.
System and scheme play a real major role in that,
And their injuries, because both of them were in and out of the season. And I think one of them didn't even make it to the playoffs.
Facts. But what I'm getting at is that just because it's a name, and I get what you're saying is, it's just going to be hard to bring in, and they'll let you know how hard it is to find a D tackle too.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. It's not easy, but I already know what I'm getting out of Osa, and he's going to give me a strong 8 games. He's going to fade off at the end of the season. He's going to fade off in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well. Before I let you go, would it be easier to keep that and then just add to that versus taking it all away? So you're at least getting 8 to 9 games of Osa, right? It'd be easier to add to that versus take it all away, because whoever else you bring in, you may get 0 across the board, or you may get everything. But 9 times out of 10, it'd be better to deal with. Old folks say it's better to deal with the devil you know than the devil you don't, right? Ride the horse you rode in on, right? That's all I'm getting.
Hey, you're right. And old folks have been telling us wrong for years. And also, if you are giving participation trophies, give him that. That's what it sounds like. He played half the season. Great. What happens when we get to crunch time? We always talk about December, January, and February, right? We can get that one. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, but hey, before I let you go again, all I'm gonna say is, do you know where they come up with the market value? Do they pull it out of thin air, or do they pull it off based off of productions of what his contemporaries done?
Oh, it's based off of what his contemporaries have done, but at the same time, he doesn't measure. He's nowhere near that. Like he's not even measuring up.
Why you say that? Wait a minute. How you say that when it is?
No, his production. Like I said, if you look at his production in the first 8 games, he looks great. I'm not taking that from him. If you give him a full season and you're looking at it from a full season scope, and you're saying, all right, my D tackle got 6 sacks and 8 run stops, tackles for loss. When did he get those? Okay, he got those when teams are still trying to figure out who they are in the first 3 to 4 games.
Yep.
Okay. The next games, teams have settled in after the first 3 to 4 games. The next 4 to 8 games, teams have settled in and they figured out who they are and how they want to play. All right. So they figured that out. All right, cool. Now, from 8 to 17, they figured us out. They know how to block him. They know what he's doing, and they
did they figure the Cowboys out in their scheme, or did they just figure Osa out?
It's a team. So
there you go, man. I appreciate you for calling in. Hey, look. Hey, I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Thank you so much, bro.
Don't do me like that.
No, man. Hey, man, I'm giving you extended stay on time. All right. In closing, go ahead.
In closing. Like I said, it's about effort. Once they figure you out, you have to put in that extra 10 to 20% of effort. His effort is not there. They stop him. I don't see a counter move after his first bull rush or after his swim or after. I don't see that.
What do you see? What do you see?
I see him being stalemated majority of the time. That's what I see.
And
he might swim. He might swim. He might bull rush.
And who else? And who else needed to show up if they doing it? If they can stop him, why is the other people not getting free?
Why? Well, first of all, that's our linebackers that need to come and field. But if they're running right at you, and those offensive guards and the center is getting up on our second level. Hey,
what type of system did Mike Zim play? Was it 2 gap or 1 gap for Osa?
2 gap.
2 gap. And
If I'm not mistaken, it was 2 gap.
And what's the duties of a 2 gap?
You got to play both gaps.
You got to play both gaps. So is it for me to occupy that space for the linebacker to eat? And if the linebacker don't eat, is that an Osa problem or is that a linebacker problem?
That's if Osa is back
City Kid
beside my
Charles,
linebacker.
Hold tight. I got a super chat.
Go tomato. He did not see anything hung up, please.
All right, good. Shout out to you, Sadiq. She's putting tomatoes. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is, if your duty and your responsibility is to play 2 gap, you're not supposed to rush, especially if you're on the outside shoulder and you're not on the inside shoulder of that particular lane there. You're not trying to penetrate and get upfield, right? If you shading and you just trying to occupy space, that's not even Osa's skill set or his best capabilities. His best capability is to rub that outside shoulder, shoot up the gap, and get to the quarterback. That's his skill set, and that's always been his skill set. He got a quick release. He can get off the ball real good. He is undersized, by the way, but by him playing in a different role last season, that will kind of hinder his progress. But he had improved last season. He had his all-time high in sacks, 4.5. He had over 23 quarterback hits, and he had a ton of pressure. So I think he did his job, but you got to also rely on linebackers to do theirs and the edge rushers to do theirs, not just Osa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, once they figure out your scheme, once they figure out how you want to play, it's all about effort.
No
it's
doubt,
all
man.
about effort and the next move. And
Appreciate
he doesn't
you.
have it.
All right, man. Appreciate you for calling in. That's my guy, Hey Lou. Do you agree to disagree, man? Oh, my God. Hey, all I know is you don't get a lot of pressures, and he was the last caller. You don't get a lot of pressures by not having effort. That's all I'm saying. I get it, though. You know, there will be people that's happy about the move, and there will be people not happy about the move. And when you look at Osa overall, it's one of those things, whereas as a 3-tech, you got to understand, as good as Chris Jones is, and I'm not saying that Osa is Christopher Jones, by the way. I think Osa, if he had at least 10 to 15 more pounds, maybe he can give us a little bit better in the run support. But even them, they went and drafted a George Karlaftis, and even them, they had a nice Nick Bolton at that linebacker spot, and Tranquil and all of those boys to be able to get upfield and do things. So it's just for what it is. Drummer D says time for another caller. This dude, no mas. You know, I appreciate it, man. But he's off the line now. That's my guy, Elu. He just not happy or satisfied with the Osa pickup. And one of the things that Osa is going to have to improve on is his run support, right? And I'm not taking that as a grain of salt. I think that with this run scheme now, or with his run defensive scheme now, we should be a whole lot better than what we were previously. Everywhere Matt Eberflus been, and he is in control of defensive coordinating, been in top 10. So if I'm looking at what we have now versus what he did in Colts and Chicago, I don't think that they had a kind of a caliber of player like Micah Parsons, right? So let's see what we can do. I'm not worried about Osa. I'm not worried about Micah Parsons. My only reservation, I'm not even worried about Marshawn Nealon nor Sam Williams. My only reservation on this defensive front is who we can rotate in with Mozzie. That's my thing. I want to be able to see what we can get better at that. And Osa is a 3-tech, y'all. B gap. I don't want to see him all inside the A gap. Pressure is his job. Yeah. Create pressure, get them moving off of their spot so that someone else can eat. Yeah, as a 3-tech, you know. But I get the the worries of do we have a 3 tech and give us double-digit sacks. I would literally trade in Osa for a Jeffrey Simmons, but he's not available, right? But neither here nor there. That's why the draft is here. We got to make sure we do the right moves on that aspect of it. Guys, I gave y'all a marathon show. Drop 100 in the chat if you like the show today. Put 0 if you didn't like the show today. You know, I love to be fair and objective with it. Get Kinlaw. Yes, indeed. Get Javon Kinlaw. That will really do wonders for us. It would help us out tremendously. In closing, Cowboy Nation is operating differently. But now we need to have that final piece, and that's Michael Parsons to be completed. We need to hurry up and be above and front of the curve on Tyler Smith. And let's give a round of applause to all of the callers. Yeah, round of applause to all of the callers, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for the 100s, man. I thank y'all. Whether we agree or disagree with topic lines, we wouldn't be here if we didn't like the Cowboys and wanting the success for them guys. We wouldn't be talking about what should we do or what we shouldn't do if we didn't love this team. So that's why I say there is no apathy. There's no apathy with the boys because the interest is still here. So there's no apathy even with Law Nation. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to be here. And my job is not to change your mind. Those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. And it's good to hear folks with their set of thoughts on the money. But regardless of what we signed Osa to, we just freed up a lot of money. And the contract is very serviceable. He only counts $6 million against the cap this season. So that's good. Now we can go into this draft and say, okay, how can we complement that? Yeah. It's something special about mixing your food together. Boy, on paper, it don't look like they match. But baby, let me tell you something. When them yams touch that mac and cheese, woo, something special about it. Or them greens and them yams and mac and cheese together, oh my goodness. Something special about it. There's something special about when you getting that soul food meal and you got that cornbread. Rice and beans. And the tip of that cornbread mixed in with the juices. There's something special about it, right? Yeah. Like osmosis, right? Ain't that right, Gerald? You love it, you know. Some people eat their food separate. But let that yam, ooh, and that mac and cheese touch each other. Come on with it. Something special, man. And that's what we're trying to find, that special recipe. Yeah. Dak on Filthy said that mac and cheese sound. Oops. Something special about that too. Yams and green. Okay, all right. Woo. That's what we're looking for. And there's something about Law Nation when he's live during that midday sports report. Something special happens. things may not seem as if though they belong together, right? But man, I'm telling you, if you prepare this meal right, and I know somebody belly touching their backs right now, but on the menu, fish supposed to be by itself. But one day somebody had some spaghetti and they mixed them things together. Ooh-wee! Come on with it. Something special about fish and spaghetti. Let me know which one is the side dish. Let me know. Come on with it. Catfish and grits can't. Look, something special about catfish and grits. Come on with it. But mama said there will be days literally just like this, and there's something special about you, my son. That's what she told me. I'm always long with my delivery and my approach. I stayed in the womb too long, came out on February the 2nd. The due date was like January the 15th. I stayed in the womb too long. Came out of the nights, blacker than the pits that covered me. But ladies and gentlemen, as somebody finna say, man, if you go get me a fish plate now and put some spaghetti on mine and some white bread. Somebody said, give me some white bread. You know, y'all know I'm country. The white bread, no wheat bread, give me the white bread. Put the potato salad on the side. Don't mix that together. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply, just simply, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or the famish of fame, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
You will get it. One love, baby. If we offended anyone today, you just offended. Come on with it. And let's get on up out of here. DC for life, not for short. Let's get it.
Tell him run it on.
What we tell him?
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Tell him run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it on.
If it don't make your face ball up, it ain't good.
No drip, this wet. Tell him run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell him run it on. 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
And
to a savage, now my
roll those
I love
credits.
My fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Got my homies, baby.
I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone long.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Come on with it.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send
a lot of hours. Send me some invoices.
I need 6 rings like MJ and
Law Nation, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now. No drip, this.
Come on.
Tell him run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell him run it on. I wake up.
Come on.
Thumb down now.
Somebody said I'm going to get some spaghetti tonight, man. That damn long. That white bread is needed. You gotta squeeze the white bread too. Squeeze it on.
Make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on with it.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
All right.
Those London
shout
boys
out to
don't
you,
come
Rabbi.
play, you should get worried.
Come on.
One false move, find yourself they getting buried. That's with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Come on.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not mine.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
That I did.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Yeah.
I
law. Nation. Let's get it.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. I wake up, flex. Thumb down, now check.
Come on.
No drip, this whack. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off.
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say?
I take that back.
I am.
Ooh, I am. I take that back. Ice Cold Cowboy says that Texas toast. Ooh, hey, and if you get it right with that Texas toast, that cheese, that garlic, shoot, come on, man. Boy, I'm hungrier than 4 fat mans at a food fight right now. Shoot. And I'm hungrier than an Ethiopian. Them Somalians with the bellies out. That are all you can eat buffet. Come on. Salivated. I bring you in. And shout out to all of my Ethiopians too, by the way. No hate or shade towards them. And you. And Somalians. And shout out to my Somalians. I'm 4% Somali and 3% Ethiopian. Y'all drop 100 in the chat, baby, if y'all still here. Come on with it. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too. Come on, what's my sister? You said you're Italian today. Hell yeah. Let me be real with y'all. Italian spaghetti is good, it's cool. But man, I need some meat, man. I need more than them 2 meatballs they be putting in there. I want some meat in my spaghetti. Pause if necessary. Don't let the street lights hit you. No meatballs, man. Give me some meat up in there. Don't let the street lights hit you. I follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it And don't be putting those celery sticks in your spaghetti. I had that before. I'm like, what's going on? So far, so far. Come on, choir.
Well, what I'm saying doesn't feel that far. So far. Emotional damage. If a paper grain can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Boy, yeah. Ground turkey is really good. Ground turkey spaghetti is good. I even had some vegan spaghetti that it was all right too. Vegan spaghetti was all right. I don't know how they got the mushrooms. They put the mushrooms in there, and it tastes like spaghetti. I was like, man, but they had tricked me. I was like, hey, wait a minute now. But I had some great vegan spaghetti before, you know. But I like a little cheese. I like a little cheese on everything, so I like a little cheese in mine. So I said, look, can I just cheat a little bit? Let me just get a little bit of that cheese on this one, you know, just to carry me over. Y'all get what I'm saying. So it's like partially vegan, right? But let's go, man. Oh, let me play one more song, man, before I get on up out of here. Then.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something?
Yeah, man. I hate when they don't have a lot of meat in the spaghetti, Ice Cold. You right. But man, it's something about that fish on the side, though. And don't be putting all that sugar in your spaghetti. I don't like no sweet spaghetti, though. I don't like it too sweet. Shout out to all my vegans, baby.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Until next time, DC for life. Come on. That's something that I never had, so Goddess, where can I go to get some jerk shrimp spaghetti? I definitely gonna want to try that. If it got a little spice to it, come on with it. Come on.
Too many foes and clothes. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Until next time, DC for life, not for short. Peace.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
This episode is brought to you by Law Nation love for spaghetti and fish and Texas toast. And if you don't have Texas toast, give them a little piece of that white bread. Squeeze it together, or the Hawaiian roll. Yeah. Butter rolls and all of that.